All right, mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. How are we doing? How am I coming through? Hope I'm coming through all good. Sorry, I'm still doing something in the background. Hello today. That's not my intro. Hey, howdy. Anyways, how we holding up? Sorry about that. I've been a little scatterbrained all day. Oh! I woke up at a weird hour and needed to do like a short delay, but hey, we start at 4:20. Today we have, frankly, a lot of dank pods. Like a lot of dank pods. I think a lot of dank pods was thrown onto the into the playlist because the after show. I'm pretty sure that was when the after show started. Also, full disclosure, I am not awake yet. Frankly, I should crack that open. Yeah, this is Embee Cabaret Theater, the hopefully weekly show where I go through y'all's video submissions. Who the fuck is spamming me? Nothing. Don't even gotta worry about it. I am to blame for those. Haha, hoo hoo, hee hee. Yeah, no, let's just pull up the videos. No way, do not speak yet. Do not speak until told. He's gonna get scammed by Batman. Rattle her? Why? Why am I getting rattled?
Thanks so much for supporting me. Like, you helped me get rid of mid-roll ads. I can tell sponsored spots to scoop just because I'm pretty cooked on them. And we can focus on what's important, which is... Come
Damn right. Batman. I've seen this one. It's a good one.
Player. First found with the Hello Kitty. It's called.
I wonder, like,
but no, it's Batman.
He's got such a gruff voice.
And that's the only interesting thing I can think of at the moment. It's a digital MP3 player with like. I've just realized.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's.
I forgot about this shape.
MP3 player is a JPEG.
I forgot about this shape. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's awful.
Oh, Cartoon Network, DC, and Warner.
Oh, it's like the biggest companies make the worst crap.
Earphones, good. We're gonna explode them. There's Aquaman.
Can you turn him up a notch? I can. Sorry, I was watching things with Lily last night, and I needed to make things a little quiet just so that we could talk. Batman.
You love them scissors. Oh, look, another mini USB cable. I'll add it to the pile in the bin. Give it. Oh, good. More waste. There's no instructions.
I hate this packaging so much.
None.
No instructions. Figure it out, dumbass.
Cheap jerk-offs. Jeez. Well, I mean, these headphones did come in a lovely dog poo bag.
This is absolutely Batman's theme song. It is.
Beautifully yellowed.
From the 60s.
That's nice. And they're the exact same headphones as always. And they tried to glitz them up with this cable. Ooh,
that feel like mini USB now. We've only got 12 billion of them.
It's not a. It's. What is this? A licorice Tic Tac or something?
There are more USB-C, or there are more mini USB cables than there are people on Earth.
Battery contacts.
There's nothing in there.
There's nothing for the battery to go into.
What the fuck? I forgot about this. I've seen this video, but it's been some months.
We actually have an issue here. What the? I thought it was.
To be fair, this is not his fault. I forgot.
Guys.
It's literally hollow.
Guys.
Aside from like.
Guys, they didn't finish building this. What the?
Aside from the fucking motherboard, it's got nothing in it. Yes, we hunt down a mini via Fallout looting. No, Fallout trading. I will just give you one.
Despicable. This is like.
It's hot glued in. Not even the motherboard! Not even the motherboard!
It's a dummy! It's
is probably a display model that they just threw into a box because no one cares.
I have no...
But also, who would put these on display?
Oh no! What?
It just
like
fall apart.
Territory.
Oh my
At
god.
first I'm like, oh no, it doesn't have battery contacts. At least I can still use it. There's, oh no, it doesn't have a mini USB jack. And oh no, they forgot to put it in there.
Wait.
But that's a lie because it's full of holes.
What happened?
Unbelievable. There's nothing. Well, I mean, we got the buds, I guess. I mean, we'll
It'd be
if these
so
actually make
funny
noise,
if the
I'd be
buds
blown
had
away. I'm
nothing in
expecting for these to
them.
be fakes too.
But it's a
Wow,
different studio, or it's a different factory.
Pop 'em. Come on.
Batman. God, those are some nice
Look, it's made out
shears.
of nothing.
It's a shame that
Made
they
out of
died.
nothing. Can you believe no one bought this? Wow. Honestly, this is the most transparent piece of crap I've
It goes
ever
hard.
used.
It does
Listen
go
to that
hard.
Packaging, right? You can't sneak into that stuff. I was the first one in there. No manual, no nothing. And no MP3 player.
I wonder if
Just
Wade made the cost of
a
famous
shell.
Toledos go up.
That is the most
Like he did with iPods.
offensive thing I've seen because like Warner Brothers and DC name all over this. Unbelievable.
Because,
Well,
like,
mate,
now
thank you
as
so
an
much for
Apple
supporting
Daily
me.
Driver,
I mean, this is why I don't take
like,
sponsorships,
I
'cause, yeah, big
understand
companies
why
make
he
the worst
talks
crap,
about,
and
like,
I'll see you
Golden
next
Age
time.
Apple the way he does. Because, like,
Some things
my
in life
shit's
are unknowable.
newer than
They
that, but
exist,
still.
We can observe them, but
Yeah, this is
annoyingly,
about
we will
CS:GO's
never
smoke.
fully understand them. This includes stuff like light quantum properties.
This is still
Scientology,
fucking
or the movie,
awesome.
Tenet. And I believe Counter-Strike 2 smoke grenades fall into the same category. But it's an
Genuinely,
often
this is
forgotten
fucking
topic
cool.
That's shrouded in mystery. Through experience, we can better learn how they'll behave and react to situations.
I don't have to
And
like
maybe that's good
CS2
enough for players
to
of the
think
game,
this is
But
awesome.
it isn't good enough for me, because just when you think you figured out how its particles
CS2,
behave,
but yeah, did
they
I
turn
say
into a wave
TF2?
Instead. In the words of Tenet, don't try to understand it, feel it. Acerola deserves credit for making his own version
Holy
of Counter-Strike 2
shit.
smoke grenades. I'll link to the video right here. But what I'm doing in this video is a little bit different, thankfully, because his video is really good.
You said
This video
CS:GO?
is very much focused on the
Okay,
behavior of the smoke
no,
grenades in
no. It's the same fucking game. But it's the same fucking game, but prettier. People say that about COD every year, and that's true. But Counter-Strike players
Strike
have
2,
no room to
especially in
yell.
fringe cases. And to do this, I've created a playground for smoke grenades, which I'll deploy in various spots and will assess
feel like
their
I've
behavior.
watched this.
Let's get the basics out of the way.
I probably haven't.
In CS:GO, smoke grenades were
New engine,
exceedingly
smile,
simple flawed
and fucked
because of it.
spawns.
They deployed a big sphere of smoke particles, which didn't care what was around them. They'd pass straight through nearby walls, would fuck with transparencies, and
More
were
ramp
rough,
bugs.
one-way
What the
from
hell is a
experts.
ramp bug?
Valve
Like
would
surfing?
fix. And fix them they did, swapping out their ball of smoke particles for a more dynamic, volumetric solution for CS2. When deployed, they fill the empty space around them. In Valve's
I wanna
preview
just
video
walk
about them, we can
around
see
in
how
a
it's
smoke
represented by
grenade
a bunch
smoke.
of cube-like voxels, which seem to compute what's solid
The
and what
one
isn't,
person
then
who
they
misses
figure out how to
CS
fill the
Source.
space between
CS
them.
Source
How
was
many of these
fun.
voxels per smoke grenade are there?
Sometimes
I don't
you solve
know, 20
momentum when
across
surfing on a
perhaps.
ramp.
About
Oh,
8,000
that
points.
sucks.
We can then shoot holes in them which will quickly close up again, and eventually they gradually disappear in a semi-convincing manner. Is it perfect? No.
It happens
But
in all
it's so
Source
much
games,
better
but it's
than
really
CS:GO's
bad in
version that
CS2.
we shouldn't
Damn.
care. Though it would be nice if we could trust them to extinguish flames, but that's another issue. For general
you
gameplay
meant
purposes,
to?
the clouds do a good job of obstructing vision where they should.
might have
and
fixed
not
that, though.
passing
I
through
hope
solid objects
so.
Where they shouldn't. Sometimes I think they're a little too enthusiastic about wrapping themselves around corners of stuff.
Oh,
and other
but it's
times they
so
don't fit through
cool.
a gap you think they
Oh,
should.
but it's
And
so
these issues
cool.
become greater the smaller the gaps become. Take this example. A glass tube with two holes to the outside world. If I
Okay.
throw a smoke grenade roughly in between these two gaps, you can see that something different happens every time. The first time it forms a very tidy looking smoke sausage. The
Oh,
second time it
fuck yeah, I
shoots
could
out of
eat
the first
that.
gap,
Woo.
creating a large cloud outside the glass tube. The third
CSS
time,
is
I
where
must have thrown
90% of
it into the wrong
surfing
place 'cause
happens,
it closed
yes.
The solid bit of the glass tube.
I do
And
like that you
finally,
can still
it
play
shoots out of
CS:GO
the
if
other
you
gap,
want to.
but not the first one. Now, I know that every time I threw this grenade, it was thrown to a slightly different location, but only slightly differently every time. Yet the resulting smoke formation couldn't be more different. It's inconsistent, So this is what I think is happening. As you can see from
mean,
this
smoke isn't
very important preview
really a
video,
consistent
the voxels
thing.
themselves are quite big, and I don't think they follow the grid of Counter-Strike. Let's use Minecraft to demonstrate this point. Imagine this game had smoke grenades, and each smoke voxel in this game is exactly the same size as a standard block is in the game. This would allow smoke to pass through a 1 voxel gap like this, every time. But I think the smoke voxels in Counter-Strike 2 don't line up with the game's grid, and instead are placed depending on exactly where the smoke grenade lands. Because of this, you can imagine if you shift all the smoke voxels off to one side like so, then the smoke is no longer able to pass
voxels
through
are
this
such
one
cool
voxel gap,
shit.
because 4 voxels are now being partially blocked by the surrounding environment. And I believe it's this slight difference that's causing vastly different results every time a grenade goes off. In my opinion, it doesn't matter in Counter-Strike 2 that much, because a lot of the things in the map these days don't follow a clean 90-degree grid, so any kind of fixed placement will be messy. Plus, a lot of smokes are dependent on very specific placements, so this
finally a use for Minecraft.
But it's why
That's
I
true.
don't think the smokes are consistent every time with their
I
behavior
do like that
around and
Minecraft
through
is just
small
a
gaps.
computer, if
But
you
oh
really
no,
want it to
look
be.
what's happening here. The smokes are appearing to pass through the glass next to where the hole is before they travel through the hole itself to get to there. But is this just a visual error or a smoke propagation error? We'll get back to that.
Propagation,
On to the
I'd
next thing for now.
assume.
I tossed smokes into increasingly tight spaces to see if it influenced how far the smoke would travel. And after a certain point, once this corridor area got narrow enough, then yes, it did force the smokes to travel further instead. But that was the least interesting discovery I made.
That is sick,
More interesting
though.
was how it would sometimes pass straight through one of the walls either
God,
side.
I love
especially once
test
the space
rooms
it
in
was
Source.
before
They're
that
so
was too
cool.
confined to do much with. So,
They have
maybe
a
enclosed
vibe
smokes
about 'em.
do break the rules a bit if the alternative is just not to smoke at all. And that's only the beginning of all the anomalies. Because once the gaps got small enough, they had no choice but to not smoke around the smoke grenade itself. But sometimes something curious would happen, like the smoke would appear, but a long way away at the very end of the thin corridor. But not in the gap connecting where that was to where the grenade detonated in the first place. All very bizarre. We'll get this out of the way now. If a smoke grenade goes off inside a solid surface, then it treats the interior of that solid surface as though it's an empty space. But it will sometimes also
That makes
spill out
sense,
into the
yeah.
empty world around it as well. Toss it below the ground and it will cover the ground in a cool looking layer of fog. None of this should ever happen when you're playing the game properly, though.
No, of
I
course
tested
not.
props
But
like trees and
holy
brick-based
shit.
walls, and I can confirm that they behave exactly the same as solid surfaces
Like,
do,
holy
because
shit.
they are. I guess in practice a tree generally isn't wide enough to be able to obstruct a smoke spread, but if you have a wall of trees like so, then it does become impassable. Even if there are gaps in between them, which, like I've said,
Like, y'all
I think
ever
it's
wanna
due to
go
the
into
size
a
of the
Source
smoke boxes
test room
being
and
too
just
large
lay
to pass
down in
through
it?
said gaps. I tested to see what kinds of invisible walls could also block smoke from spreading. These invisible tools tend to be used in the game to block player movement, or to stop bullets from passing through an area, or to smooth surfaces off, to allow for more predictable grenade bounces and so on. And 4 of these surfaces also happen to restrict smoke. These were solid block light, block bullets, block bomb, and layer control lip. So there you go, you can use one of these instead of glass if you want to see the smoke more clearly. What is interesting is what happens if you shoot a window once a smoke grenade's deployed on one side. It looks like the smoke begins to pour
Source
through
test
the
room
newly
sounds like a
created gap, but
heavenly
only by a
liminal
bit.
space.
Almost as
Yeah,
though
but
it's
like
only
a
the
good
billowy
one and
wasps
not
that
like
pass through where the
a
window used to
zoomer
be,
one.
but not the body of the smoke cloud itself. I also tested
That,
smoke
like,
grenades around
is
physics
fake
objects
scary.
to see if moving these things around after the cloud had formed would waft it about.
Oh, I
but alas,
wish.
once the initial smoke's deployment is over, any changes to the environment do not appear to change the shape of the cloud.
God,
in any
imagine a
meaningful
game
way.
like Counter-Strike,
You can't,
but with,
waft it
like,
about with a massive green screen
deformation.
wiper or anything like that. And just like that,
Like,
CS2 has killed any
imagine-
dreams I had of making a
Imagine
faction
Counter-Strike's
simulator.
gameplay,
Here are a few
but
examples
was
to show how smokes
Battlefield's
will travel further
area
if they're deployed within a
area
confined space,
destruction.
but that there is still a hard
Ooh,
limit
I'd
to
not.
how far they're allowed to travel from the grenade's detonation point.
Well, yeah,
In this
liminal
rough
spaces don't
diagram
gotta
I've
be
drawn
scary.
here,
Some
I show
zoomers
what
out
I
there.
think is happening, where a typical smoke grenade fits well within the box
Assume
that's
they
assigned to
must
it.
be.
But if it's in an enclosed space, it will reach further, up to a point, and then it will abruptly stop. Because I guess filling the entire map with millions of smoke voxel calculations would slow stuff down too much. So this big invisible cube around the smoke grenade is here as a safeguard, just in case somebody tries to
it's
abuse
so
the smoke
pretty.
calculations in a custom map
I wanna
such
just
as
lay
this
in
one.
the smoke
Nice
too.
one, Valve. I hate you. Source 2 smokes are weird. The smoke can simultaneously exist and not exist at the same time. It can teleport. It can behave like particles and waves at the same time. And yet, they still make more sense than
Some
Tenet did.
zoomers need to
Seriously,
embrace the
why did
void.
that car
I agree.
itself crash in reverse when it was only the person driving it who had gone through that time reversal thingy? It just didn't make sense. And no, I can't just feel it. But the
Oh.
smokes in CS2, they may be
I'm like-
mysterious, but then
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh,
I feel
Tenant.
quite confident that I can chuck one of these mothers
still have
down
to give that
banana
a
and
shot.
they'll obstruct sightlines with relative consistency.
But I
Even
feel
on
like
bumpy
it was made
terrain,
for a very
even if the smoke
specific
is
point in
half
time
shrouded
that
by a
just no
barrel.
longer exists.
Close enough. I trust them to bypass such obstacles, and yet still entrust them not to pass through a wall in a game-breaking way. Valve has struck a brilliant balance with these things that leaves other games in the dust. Non-voxel based dust at that. As time goes on, hopefully increased processing power will open
Holy
up more
shit.
possibilities for
Yeah,
these
I
things.
really,
Perhaps the voxels could be made
really
smaller and more
want
precise.
this
And their
tech
travel
to
distance
be
made
expanded
further.
on.
Maybe they could correctly shade the environment around them so that players
'Cause,
shadows
like,
wouldn't just blatantly show through them. And maybe,
Imagine a
just
Silent
maybe,
Hill game with
they may
fog
finally
like
get a fluid
this.
dynamic simulation that enables
But,
them
like,
to interact
better.
with moving objects and fans and open windows convincingly enough for me to finally use them to create the ultimate fart concealment simulator mod that I've been dreaming of for 20 years.
Okay, got an email yesterday from a friend. He said he just had to share something with me. And when I saw it, well, let's just say I got why. He said he got it from someone else. And that they got it from somewhere else. But I figure posting it to YouTube, I can share it with way more people. Check it out. It's gonna be scary, isn't it? Yup. Oh, that's good. Oh, this is good. That's amazing. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Pretty fun, huh? Spread the word. Yeah, chat, spread the word. I did my job. Share this Twitch stream with everyone you know. Once the VOD pops up, just like timestamp it. Spread the word. Spread the word. We're doing it. Is it gonna be him again? Yeah! Oh, I'm glad we got Smile Dog. I also like that it's this Smile Dog image. Is it gonna turn to the big one? Is it gonna turn to like the big red, like spooky one? Been liking the Smile Dog resurgence with chainmail chasers and such. Yeah. She needs his Vita.
This is the mitochondria.
You know, I guess I don't
It
need
is the
this.
powerhouse of
I guess
the
we don't
cell.
need subtitles for this.
Is Nasenverrat. It
If
verharrt
I
your
was
nose.
also,
This is sauerkraut. It is
it is
kraut
called
that
for
is
the
sour.
sour.
This is a Porsche.
Sauerkraut is,
Steers.
it's
This is the
okay.
Wanderwaffel. It waffles wonders.
Oh my
This
god,
is a
it
part
does.
Wrench is pipes.
Wrench is
This is a
pipes.
Reitkrage. It cracks raus. This is a Stahlhelm. It is a helm made of Stahl. This is a Lenkflugkörper. It's a Körper that floats
Funks
und
and
lenkt.
legs.
This is a Scharfschützengewehr. It schafft the Schützens.
Oh no. Oh my god. God damn it. Yup, I knew one of these videos was gonna go here. Eris, what is he saying?
Aufgaben auf Rinderfleisch. This is a battle of Adun. It
Never
never
ends.
This is an armor-piercing fin stabilized.
That's good,
discarding
that's good.
sabot. It discards
Discards
the
the
sabot,
sabot,
then pierces
pierces
the armor
while being stabilized by fins.
This is the
Don't worry about it,
Maschinengranatwaffe.
damn it.
It is a machine.
He sounded very upset, but that might just be German.
It schaffs Wissen. This
Schaffs
is a
Wissen.
handgun. It guns hands.
That it is. That's a fucked up P90.
Kugelschreiber. Ich schreibe es Kugels. This is a Schlafzimmer. It's
Okay.
This is a blunderbuss. It be bussin' blunders.
Busts and blunders. That's what it's. Yeah. Yeah, I love that one.
This is a
Posture
Spitfire.
check.
It fires
Thank
spit.
you.
This is witchcraft. It crafts,
Craft
witches.
switches.
This is a PlayStation.
Not expect to hear another voice actor.
This is a pickle hob.
It
Hob
is.
is a pickle. This is banana. A banzana.
Banzana.
This is a dying meme. It memes dying.
It does. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. Love burial goods. Burial goods make some good stuff. Burial goods? This is going on a bit. There we go.
When people say that there's a lot wrong
Yeah,
with
so
Dust
long
Bowl,
TF2
you probably
video.
think about its narrow
I'm glad
corridors,
L is
single exit
here.
spawn rooms, and lengthy round times. But when I say that there's a lot wrong with Dust Bowl, I mean stuff like cracks, missing lighting, and shooting through doors. And I can guarantee that you don't know about most of these things, so let's go through everything I know to be wrong with Dust Bowl. And as always, I'll be providing solutions if I have any. Throughout TF2
It's
maps,
Uncle Dane's
clip
favorite
brushes are
map.
used to block player
That is
movement.
true.
You've probably heard of them as invisible walls, but they're not just used to stop you from getting out of the map. And we can see that with the staircase. Without any clip brushes, if I walk up and down it, my screen jitters
staircases
because the transition
just
to
weird.
each step is instant. But if I add one long
Yeah.
clip brush covering the top of each stair, then I've effectively turned the staircase into a ramp, so there are no more jitters. Dust Bowl does this,
Viaduct
but with
jump
a
scare.
caveat.
Oh
The
no.
clip brush doesn't reach past the bottom stair to the floor, so your screen jitters on the first step. Whether this is a problem is ultimately a matter of opinion, since some people prefer
I still
having
don't
this
like
little
it.
bump because it signals that they've walked onto the stairs.
I still
Either
don't like
way,
it.
What
I
makes
don't.
these clip brushes problematic
Okay.
in Dust
As someone who doesn't play Comp TF2, as someone who doesn't give a shit about Comp TF2, I don't think that you need feedback for walking on stairs. I think going up the stairs is enough of an indication that you're going up the stairs.
Bowl is their inconsistency. While most staircases are clipped off at the bottom step, some reach all the way down, others aren't aligned properly, and a few don't even have any
That
clipping.
is weird.
It's quite bizarre, seeing as Dust Bowl has been out for over 15
It
years.
is weird.
And fixing up each of these clip brushes would only take a few minutes. Valve would just need to decide whether they'd want the bottom step clipped. Now, stairs aren't the only place where we find bad clipping.
There's a
Most
pretty
of the
bad one
buildings
on the
have these
ramp on
large,
upward.
blocky brushes that don't even line up with the roofs or
What
walls.
the
Just look at
fuck?
this ore chute on the second stage.
What the
This
fuck?
clip brush doesn't come anywhere close to matching it.
Does that
And
get in the
just
way of
below it,
projectiles?
These other ones, meant to block off the upper part of this cliff, create this overhang. This gets in the way of mobility classes, especially soldiers, who end up hitting their heads when rocket jumping. So while these brushes do prevent players from accessing restricted areas, they inadvertently block parts that shouldn't be.
That
But
is a
hey,
bit
at
rough.
least they keep all of the
Volvo,
players where they're
please
supposed
fix.
to be, right? Wrong.
The brushes just
Most
block
of the
players, not
clipping works as
projectiles, so
intended,
okay.
But there are some places where it's missing, like the rocks around stage 2, and others where it actually creates new ledges. In most cases, this is because they aren't stretched high enough so you can stand on top of them. The most extreme example of
That's
this is at the
stupid.
final bend
Apologies
of
for
stage
missing
3.
some of the video.
This clip
Don't
brush
even
exists to
worry
block off
about
these electric
it.
boxes, but for some reason stops just short of this other one that runs along the top of the map, creating a gap that you can fit in. There are plenty more around the area.
Yeah,
but I
that-
want to focus the end
that
of this
feels like
segment
something
on
that
this
does
one
need
because the
fixing.
top
This
is
game
sloped
fucking
downward.
sucks.
You might think
I'm
that
inclined
this is
to
the best way
agree.
to add clipping because if you try to run over it, you'll slip off. But
Yeah,
because
but you
of
can
some sort
get
of
you can get a
spaghetti,
perch
you can
onto
pixel
it. Yeah.
walk
Whoop.
along the upper
I-
edge.
I
and
bumped
this
my-
kind of pixel walking can be found in
I
other
bumped
parts of
my
the map
space
too,
bar with my
including
elbow.
right around the corner above this
About to
trench.
explicitly
Fortunately,
fix
pixel walks
orange
can
box
quickly
on
be
360.
fixed by
That'd be
extending
funny.
the brush through the walls so that players can't stand on the top edge. As for the rest of the clipping, it
What
should
if
just
TF2
be
was
redone
the last
altogether.
game that was still being played
Displacements
on
are used in
Xbox
parts of
360,
the map that
Xbox
appear
Live,
more
like Halo
organic,
2 was
like
for
dirt
the
ground and
original?
cliff walls. If I enter displacement mode in the face edit sheet, I can manipulate them in a
You can
variety
pixel
of
walk
ways
on that?
not
Yeah, you
possible
can.
with regular geometry. Most notably, I can select 2 adjacent displacements and sew them together so that there's no gap between them.
That is a
I
cool
mention this
button.
because there are several cases in Dust Bowl where the displacements aren't sewn.
Ooh.
The worst of which is right outside of Blue's
That's
first
some-
spawn.
that's
If
some
I
New
hide the
Vegas
support
shit.
cluster, we see these huge cracks. The one at the bottom
There are
doesn't
whole
matter
points in New
since it's
Vegas
hidden
that you
behind
can
the
just peek
supports,
through the
but
map.
the one at the top is visible even when I don't hide them. In fact, you can see it all the way back by the tunnels. If you stand above it,
You
can
can?
look through it into part of Blue spawn and
This
catch
some
a glimpse of Blue
2007
players
shit?
running
Oh
out.
yeah.
To fix this, you can select all of these displacements and sew them together. It'll cause a tiny part of the cliff wall to poke through the supports, but that can also be fixed
People
by
are
pushing that
misusing
point of the
hashtag fix
displacement
TF2
inwards.
instead of bots.
However,
How are they
there
supposed
is
to do
this
that
one
anyway?
spot in
They should be
Blue's first
fixing
spawn
stuff
where
like
sewing
this.
doesn't work. And that's
Yeah.
because Valve stretched out one of the displacement's vertices to match up with this other one.
Look, the TF2
Because of
I
the way
cared
they
about is
position
already
them,
saved.
it's impossible
Titanfall
to
2
sew all 3 together.
just
But by
works.
clipping the third one into 2 pieces and readjusting the vertex of the first one, we can sew everything together without much effort. The other hiccups with displacements aren't as game-breaking or cumbersome to fix, but sometimes you might notice that even though I've sewn them together, there's still a seam that runs between them.
East,
This
but
happens
it's better.
when the two faces texture shift and
But
UV
it's
vectors
better.
are different. By making them the same,
TF2 I
we
care about
eliminate
is
the
also
seam,
already
but
saved.
sometimes seams can appear even when these values are the same, like in this corner right here where we see these two. This
Look, all I'm
happens
saying
because
is
the
if-
displacements alpha
is if the
don't
TF
match along the
fetish is so
boundaries.
good, why
By
isn't there a
selecting all of them
TF2?
and entering paint alpha mode, we can fix that in one click. But sometimes the displacements don't line up
Somebody
nicely,
needs to
and
make a
it isn't
successor
possible
to
to paint away the seam.
P-Rec?
The only way to fix
Thing
this
that
is to
AutoCAD
split them
demos?
up so that they
Oh.
form neat adjacent
Yeah.
rectangles that line up nicely. The last kind of seam
he
that
say
so that they
neat
form
adjacent?
neat adjacent rectangles that line up
adjacent.
nicely.
Okay.
The last kind of seam that occurs with displacements in this map.
Why
happen
are you
between
booing
these
me?
two
I'm
ground
right.
textures, Rock Ground 002 and Blend Rock Ground 004. They might look similar, and the blend texture does use the other one as
I
its
don't
base,
think they look
but
very
there's
similar.
one parameter in the Rock Ground 002 texture that makes it
I don't
different
think
than the
that's
version in
true.
the blend one. And that's this line that adds this detail 004 texture. If I add the detail parameters to the
But
blend
if your
one,
TF
the seam vanishes.
fetish was
But I get this
stronger, we'd
weird
have a
striping effect
TF3.
with the alpha texture because of this
Are
other
you
parameter
implying I
called
have a
blend
TF
modulate
fetish?
texture. If I remove it, the issue
Yeah,
goes
sure,
away,
fuck it.
but now a bunch of the rocks look faded and grainy. This might be why Valve left the detail parameter out of the blend texture, and perhaps they just didn't realize
I
or
failed
care about
to
the theme.
see the issues
only
on
easy way
this
to fix this
one.
problem is to remove some of the parameters, like getting rid of the detail on the Rock Ground 002 texture so that it matches the blend one.
I
On
don't
the topic of seams, a very bizarre one
understand the
shows up along the
issue.
top of this grass border overlay. And for those of you who don't know what an overlay is, it's basically just a texture that you can slap onto anything. I
Right.
say it's bizarre because when I import the texture into Photoshop, there's no line. And when I turn it back into a VTF,
Wait, what do you
the
mean
line's
there's no
still
line?
there, but it's now
Oh.
gray. And I haven't figured out
crop the
why
canvas
or
a little
how to
bit,
fix it.
I think.
All I know is that the line along the top comes from the bottom of the texture because if I shift it up a little bit, it disappears.
Shift
If
it up,
anybody knows what's going on here,
then put the
let me know in the
overlay a little
comments.
lower.
Another problem with one of the other overlays is that it doesn't cover the entire side of this building like it's supposed to because it's only applied to a single brush
What?
face when this side of the building is made up of multiple. There's a good chance you haven't noticed this in
Oh.
game because the overlay has its end fade
Sorry, it
distance set
sneezed
to
so hard
500
that I
hammer
fucking
units,
hurt my
meaning
shoulder.
Unless you're right up against it, you
Ow.
can't really see it in the first place. This can be fixed by
It's
adding a
spring,
neighboring
guess who
brush
has
faces so that the overlay
allergies?
covers the entire wall. And I'd also increase the fade distance so that you can actually see it from farther away. Moving on to the textures, there's
Oh.
this wood.
Oh, that
What makes
sucked.
it problematic? This one called Wood Wall 02 has two problems.
Okay.
First, there are 4 planks in it that stretch across the entire texture. So if you have a long surface where the texture repeats, you end up with infinitely long planks.
This video is
The
so
second
goofy, and I
problem
can't
is that
tell
the
if it's a
texture
joke or
isn't
not.
seamless, meaning at each point where it repeats, there's a seam that makes it look off-putting.
I
The
genuinely
infinitely long
cannot tell if
planks
there's a
can be
bit here.
eliminated by adding some edges to the texture, but fixing the seams is a bit more complicated.
'Cause
The
if not,
traditional
this
way
just
of
seems
doing
like
it is
he's
by
being
overlapping the
pedantic.
edges and
Someone
blurring
recently
them,
called
which typically works
made a video
okay,
called The
but
Darkest
now that
Side
we
from
have
Competitive 2 and
AI,
talked
we
about
can
weapon
use that
bands.
to manipulate the texture along the edges to make it seamless without having to distort or blur anything.
Instead of the actual
last
tear.
texture related
It's like
thing I
that, but
wanna mention
harmless.
is something that I can't explain or fix. In-game and in Hammer, the metal grate texture on these smaller spawn gates is distorted at the top and bottom.
Would it
But
be
if I view
safe
the
to
model in
say
Half-Life Model Viewer
that-
or Blender, it isn't. And to
Could
make
it
things
be
more confusing, the larger
safe
variant,
to say
which
that
is exactly the
TF2 is
same,
the
just
Smash
wider,
Brothers
doesn't
melee of
have this
competitive
problem.
shooters?
So I don't know how one would even attempt to fix this. Since we're now talking about models, I want to bring up these lanterns. In Blue's first spawn, nearly all of them hang off of these tiny rusty nails, but some are straight up floating in the air. In fact, outside of Blue's
Yeah,
spawn,
keep
there's
scrolling.
only one other lantern in the entire map that's supported by a nail. Every other one
Allie, you
magically
can't
floats
look.
in the air.
You can't
I
look me
imagine
dead in the
Valve found
eyes
it
and
very
say that
tedious to
Melee is a
place all
good
those
game.
nails, so they just gave up
just
after doing
isn't.
a few. Another issue with models is premature fade out. Most of the props throughout the map have a start and end fade distance. When your distance from the prop is within the start, it appears normally. When you're between the start and end, it starts to fade. And when you go past the end,
Elle,
it
I'm gonna
disappears
throw you in the
completely.
wood chipper.
This can be useful for
It's the
decreasing
only
amount
way.
of things you have
I'm
rendered when
sorry.
you're far away from them. But in Dust Bowl, nearly every prop is configured this way, and some of their fade out distances aren't high enough, which causes them to disappear in plain
Yeah,
sight.
I have actually always
Obviously,
noticed
the
this.
distances
This
in
always
these cases
feels
should be
weird.
increased, but to be honest, most of these props don't even need fade distances because they disappear when you leave the area anyway due to these boxes called Viz leaves, which I won't explain in this
God,
video,
those are-
but all you need to know is that they do a pretty good job
I love
at keeping the
culling.
things you can't see
I
out
love
of render.
culling.
Lighting in the source engine
Yeah, it's
isn't
a really good
great,
way to save
but there are
resources.
some cases where it's worse than it needs to be. Back in the cave at Blue's first spawn, part of this minecart turns black
Yeah.
when you approach it, and this wooden barrier that covers it
Okay,
is
then I'm
oriented
right.
backwards and also black. Starting with the minecart, the reason why it does
TF2
this
is
because of
absolutely the
something
melee
called
of
level
comp
detail,
shooters.
or LOD, which refers to how the poly count of models increases or decreases
People
as
that
you
play
move
Quake,
towards or
though,
away
are
from them.
like the
By
people that are
loading up
still
this
playing
minecart in
Street Fighter
Half-Life
2.
Model Viewer, we can
Like,
see
not
its
even
two
Super
other
Turbo,
LOD
just
versions
SF2.
that have a lower poly
I
count.
just have respect
The
for
purpose
them.
of having these is so that you don't have to render a bunch of detail
Dog shit
when
games
far
that
away,
suck is
since
positive?
you can't really notice the
Absolutely.
difference anyway past a certain point. In this case, the edge of the model with the highest poly count stretches out a tiny bit farther than the other ones, which appears to be enough to block the light from this light spot entity
Huh.
from reaching it. It does reach the other two versions though, which is why it appears lit
That's
from farther
weird.
away. The best way I found to
That's
fix this
weird, but
problem
actually
is to
kinda
ignore
neat.
surface normals in the prop's key values menu. This keeps the minecart lit no matter how close you are. I also experimented with shifting the light, moving the cart, and even using a special entity called info lighting to move its
Okay.
lighting origin somewhere else, which does work with other props, but in this case, none of these things worked well. As far as this wooden barrier goes, it should just be rotated 180 degrees so that it's oriented the right way. And
That's
this
such a
time, to
weird
keep it
thing
from
to
being
see.
dark,
I don't know
added this
why.
dim yellow light
Just
next to
seeing
the
part
lamp,
of the
which
map that's,
actually
like,
makes a
baked
lot of
in
sense,
and can't be
considering
destroyed.
Lanterns are supposed
Spin?
to shine light in all directions.
It should not
Now,
be.
not all lighting problems have to do with areas
To
not
continue the
receiving enough
comparison
light.
lock and load
On the
for
other side
demo
of
is,
the
like,
same
wobbling.
cave, light bleeds in through the top for seemingly no
Damn.
reason. In Hammer, it seems as though no light should be coming in from anywhere because
The
of
lock
this
and
low
load is like
no-draw
the
brush,
cannon,
which, in
right?
case you didn't know, is an invisible brush that blocks light. But right next to it, we see a bit of this skybox texture poking through. This actually emits light, some of which bleeds through the edges of the displacement that runs along the top of the cave. All that Valve needs to do here is raise the bottom of the skybox up to the no draw. That way no light can reach the displacement. The other place where this happens is by the second point on the
It's the
second
one that has
stage.
the faster
This
projectile
rock
speed.
cluster and
What's the
building catch
cannon?
light spilling through the displacement because there isn't anything behind them to block it. By adding some no draw
You're
or
thinking about
block
the loose
light
cannon,
brushes,
I
this
am.
can also be fixed. But displacements sometimes act funky and don't block light even when they should. A great example of this is with the shack outside of Blue's first spawn, but it also happens outside of this building a little
No,
farther
I got
down.
what you meant.
In both
I
cases,
got what you
some
meant.
of the light from the inside seeps underneath the wall
You have
and
to
shows
ask?
up on the
Okay.
ground on the other side.
Ask me a
There
question.
are two ways to fix this.
Also awful
The
weapon to
first
play
is
against,
separate the
but it's just
displacement into
cheesy,
two
it's fun.
pieces and resize them
It's
so that
fun,
their edges
it's
meet the
funny.
edge of the wall. This works
Does
well
TF2
on
have
thicker
a-
walls, but for thin ones like on this shack, it's not very
not
practical.
anymore.
So instead, you can select all
I
of the
think is the
displacements
answer.
and decrease their Luxel scale to 4, which will sharpen the shadows along the edges and greatly reduce the amount of light
It's
bleeding
not an
through.
epidemic.
The last lighting related
It was never an
problem I want to talk
epidemic.
about is this storage room on the third stage. Despite having a hanging light that's turned on, no light comes out of it or the windows, so the room is nearly pitch black. By adding a couple of light entities, you can see how the room is transformed. The walls do
Still
look a bit
bad,
funky because the texture
like-
isn't seamless, but by pressing the fit button in the face
How'd
edit
I put
sheet,
it?
we can stretch it out so that it covers the entire wall.
Like, it's still
Before I
bad
wrap
because
things
even
up,
one or
I
two
wanna go
dudes
over
doing it is
occluders.
bad. But,
These
like,
brush entities hide
I
models
don't think
behind
TF2
them, which can be
has
useful for
the
optimizing
issue.
certain parts of the map
Yeah,
where Viz
bigotry
leaves don't work
with
well.
high-level
The problem
TF2.
with them in Dust Bowl is that there are 3 places where they're positioned too far from the wall. So when you shoot sticky bombs behind them, they disappear. One of these spots has hardly any effect on gameplay, but the other two
I
definitely
love
do.
the reflection
All
on
that
the
needs to be
fucking
done here is move the
Australian
occluders in
weapon.
more so that they don't leave any gap for stickies to hide behind. So those are most of the mistakes made by Valve when creating this map. I have several more here that I couldn't fit in the previous categories, so let's breeze through them. The first is this hole underneath Red's first spawn
There's
that
rock
you can
and
see when
metalworks
crouched
that
in
you
front
can
of the
do this
spawn
in.
door.
That
Inspecting
that
it in
feels
Hammer,
evil.
we see
That feels
it's
fucked
not
up.
actually a hole, but an exposed no-drop brush that reveals the 3D skybox. Since it's super dark down there, you can just add a simple brush in front of it, or retexture it to something else, and the problem goes away. A similar one is this hole in the ground before the tunnels on the second stage, which is easier to see if you stand on top of this truss.
This reminds me of the
Again,
drowning wench
culprit
in
is a
Limsa
no-drop
Lominsa.
brush, but this time it's intersecting this
Say
other
that you're
piece of
coming in
geometry
through it
that
through
is
the F
textured.
castle.
All that Valve needs to do
If
here
you look
is
to
move
your
the no-drop
immediate
back a
right
smidge.
and
When this
up,
kind of overlapping
once you
occurs
get into
between
the
two
drowning
regular
wench, the bar in
textures,
Limsa,
you experience what's
you
called
used to be able
Z-fighting,
to
where both of
see
the textures fight
one
for
of the
dominance. There
things
are a
keeping the
couple of
ropes on the
places
ceiling
Dust Bowl where this
was
happens,
just
but
floating
it's
by
a lot
like
rarer than I
an
expected
arm's
because
length.
there are a bunch of places where textures overlap. For some reason though, one usually ends up winning, so there's no Z-fighting.
It got patched out, but
Next,
there's
we
a
have these
VR
block
chat
bullets brushes
map
in one of the
that's
rocks
just
on
the
the
drowning
first
wench.
stage. I don't know why they're here, but they're not needed since the rock blocks bullets just fine. There are a few other block bullets brushes over at the third stage that are actually meant to block bullets from traveling over these roofs, but just like that clip brush I showed earlier, they don't stretch up high enough, so it's possible to lob stickies over them, rendering them somewhat useless. Speaking of useless, there are a few entities throughout the map that
Is
literally
Z-fighting
are.
Yuri?
Outside of
In
this building on the second
theory.
stage, there's a large no-build brush sitting on the roof.
By
It doesn't need
default,
to be there
it's
since
Yuri
this area's already
adjacent.
clipped off, but I'm almost positive it's there because of an old technique
I
called
have
the
seen
crouch jump
Yaoi,
exploit,
though.
which allowed engineers to build teleporters through thin
I
ceilings.
have seen Yaoi
Another
clip
such
fighting.
spot with these funk no
Or
build
Z
brushes
fighting.
is behind these
This
windows
my
on
furniture
the third
bugs
stage.
that warp me
Just
to
like
the top of
before,
our guild's
they're not
mansion, the
necessary
goblet.
because they're already
Yeah,
covered
same.
by clip brushes, so I presume these were also added upon the discovery.
We've got
of an
one in the
exploit.
lavender beds.
Next, we have this door.
And it
What
still
I didn't
kinda
mention in my
works.
video about TF2's door problem is that this funk door isn't aligned with the grid, which creates this tiny gap on the side that you can shoot through. However this happened, it can be fixed by snapping the door onto the grid. I talked a lot more about this door and others in my previous video, so check it out if you're interested. Now, this door isn't the only thing that's misaligned. This wooden truss on the first stage is off-center by 2 units, apparent by this tiny gap and extrusion on the sides. By shifting it over, we can align it perfectly with the building. The last problem of this video is the first control point on stage 2. The trigger
Spam
capture
detected.
area is
Hell
positioned low
yeah.
enough to the
Hell
floor
yeah,
that you can
Sarybot,
reach
get
it
his
from underneath
ass.
by crouch jumping. I made an entire short about this problem, which I'll also have linked in the description. So that covers just about everything wrong
submit
with Dust
Frage
Bowl.
attack-
There
or
are a few other small
Frage
things
attack,
here and there that
fuck.
could be improved,
Frey
but
attack
this
here, I
video is
think y'all would
already
like it.
long enough,
Maybe.
and I don't want to bore you. So thank you for watching. This is LED switching off.
So, you can see that.
Let's
the
watch a
arcade is
computer
now in.
explode.
Unfortunately, the only gloves I could find to switch the power
Oh,
switch
no.
on with were a pair of full arm-length rubber gauntlets.
Oh
And
my
you can
God.
see them for use on that shot blasting
Nah,
machine.
do it.
So, I'm not going to wear those. I'm going to trust in
Coward.
a piece of wood to turn the power switch on. So, here we go. Oh my God.
Oh fuck
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh no, it's Adele.
Wow.
I kind of want it to just
We've
combust.
got some
Like into fire. Sick RGB, bro. Dude, my PC's melting down.
The power supply has definitely gone. You could see.
This is so fucking cool.
So, whoa!
Oh.
Right, that's the caps going then.
Yup. I forgot what caps exploding sounds like.
It wasn't going
That's
to
why I
work.
imagine goes on every high school IT
well,
department. This is
guess I'm
the
not
computer
doing
that
mobile then.
Pitches was gaming from before.
Right, it's the after show, mate.
Frank smelling
It's been 3 months
time.
Since we smelt the awfulness of this big stinking idiot, and there are some updates with Frank, good ones.
Good ones. I love Frank.
Okay. Hey, Frank, we're interviewing you.
Frank.
Interviewing face.
Oh, stone
Not particularly
cold.
friendly.
Hard to
Not
read.
even aggressive. What if I just go in for a boop here? It's gonna happen. 3, 2, 1, boopage.
Oh, fuck
Nothing.
yeah. No, Frank looked upwards. I love snakes.
Frank, you're so sweet
Snakes
and
are so
lovely.
cool.
Frank's awesome at the moment. One awesome bit of news.
Subs,
Frank's
please.
no longer a big fatty. Yep, she's lost all the weight.
Is a
She's actually- she's
baby.
excellent. So I can't call her Frank the Chunk anymore. Oh.
Oh.
No, it's good. It's good. She's lost her weight. And unbelievably, thanks to her vicious diet.
I don't know what
Frank
an
would call it
overweight-
vicious, I'd call it healthy.
I don't know what an overweight
Yeah,
snake
I
looks
fed her
like,
the
to be
regular amount of
honest.
time, which is about every
Yeah,
6
big
weeks,
happy
by
girl
the way.
named Frank.
Yeah, look, she just moved there at the thought of 6 weeks between foods. But every 6 weeks is like 3 meals a day for us. She was getting fat, eating once every 6 weeks. But the problem is, she would only eat big stinking quails, not the nice lean
Like a
healthy rats that she
whole
should
whale,
be having.
or a whole quail.
Yeah, she didn't eat for 8
Like a
months
whole
once. They told me
quail?
She didn't like
A
rats.
Tsuchinoko, hell yeah.
Frank's coming
Frank's
to investigate
smelling.
allegations of unchunkness. Aren't you?
Frank
I've been
is
touching you
smelling.
This whole time, Frank, and now you're finally
Yeah.
coming for a fight. You're actually going to participate.
Yeah.
This pupil, she's looking straight at me. You're not going to participate. That's fine. But yes, thanks to the vicious
God,
diet
snakes
where
are
I just
so
fed her
cool.
Smaller meals every 6 weeks. She's down to a good unchunk weight.
This is a weird
and
dog.
Now she eats rats again. She's currently got a hit. You serious?
She doesn't like people knowing that she eats rats.
Do you know what praise is?
No.
Your silence is deafening. Frank, you're a crazy weirdo, you know that? But yeah, her 2 last meals have been rats, which sounds gross, but it's a good thing. The rats are unbelievably healthy for her. She's currently eating the biggest one I've ever seen, a 400
Goodbye,
gram
Frank.
rat. Gross. It was like a small dog, Frank.
Hiding away.
She ate it so quick. It's good. There was a time where she was so domesticated with food that she wouldn't even strike and wrap it anymore. But now she's such a hungry lady, she does the big snack wrap again. I'm gonna open up
That's
this Frank, so
awesome.
you might wander out on your own. You gotta love this facade. Look, I'm crouching in my hidey den where I can be protected. But then, you know, it's like Hollywood, Frank. Look at her. Look at her looking longingly out her window. This whole area is ripe for the booping. Here I go. Oh, Frank, you're so trusting and lovely. Look, she just doesn't care.
I do wonder how smelly Frank actually is.
Nothing.
Like, how smelly do
But
snakes
vets
get?
genuinely say that, like, she's incredibly tame. I mean, I am, like, full-blown patting her like a Persian cat right now. And she's like, I don't care. This is pretty good. And, you know, the fact that she's got a full belly as well. So, you know, she's well.
Yeah.
Which isn't, you know, it's why I'm not just grabbing her and trying to get her
She's
to come
at
out.
peace.
Because, like, I don't know, it's been a while, but it's just better if not. Frank, are you actually gonna...
Not bird smelly, but pretty
I'm
smelly
now trying to
probably.
get a
Like,
reaction out of
smellier
you.
or less smelly than kittens?
If I touch closer to her
Kittens
head,
are pretty fucking smelly.
No? Nothing!
Sort of different
That's
type
so
of
close,
smell.
Frank.
Huh.
I'm gonna touch here.
I've just
there?
never been up close to a friendly snake.
No?
The snakes I have been up close to, I've had to kill.
Frank, seriously? No, not even that. What if I move up a little bit more? Okay.
Look,
There's a slight wiggle. I
as a
won't be
child, you
cruel.
would have to
Sorry,
go
Frank,
in the
if you used to
woods.
swi- Oh no, that's the death.
Sometimes a snake would be angry,
Oh no, we
and
don't
you'd
want
have
the
to
death.
kill.
I think if we just lie low for about 6 weeks, I think we'll be okay. I'm just gonna check.
I want Frank to be right there. Oh my god. Holy shit. Frank is right there.
I thought it was okay. Oh no, she's gone back to sleep. Frank, you're very strange. Look at this.
Snakes sleep
Patron people
with
are
their
paying
eyes
for
out?
For you stinking rats, you know that? You owe them everything. How close can we get to Frank? How close can we get?
Wait, do they flick their
Close.
tongue while they sleep?
Oh, that's too close.
Oh.
Too close for Frank. But yeah, Frank's doing great. All's good. One thing she did do that I didn't like, I saw her cough once in one of my drum streams.
What do you
and I
mean
hated
the
it.
snake can
And
cough?
So, I rushed her to the vet. just
She's
in
awake
case.
now.
And no, she's fine.
Do snakes close their
Her
eyes?
nose likes to whistle, goes like a little bit. It's always done it. It's the same noise that respiratory infection makes. Every time she goes to the vet, she's fine. Oh, Frank, you're just broken. You're just so broken.
This
Alright,
is something
Frank,
I've
we're
noticed
gonna
about,
leave you
like-
alone now. I promise.
Like a lot of successful
Yes, it's just a
YouTubers
flat,
I
'cause
like
it used
are
to
just
have a door
really good pet
that meant that
owners,
she
and that
could
makes
lock
me
herself
happy.
Inside. She could just
like a
barricade it,
membrane.
And then no one could get the Franklin out.
Can they close their eyes, though?
She's eating rats again. She's lost all her weight. She's in good health. She lives in a palace, but chooses to remain locked in this box.
Is there anything that
They
can't
will
close
last
its
the bite,
eyes?
Frank. That's as good as we're gonna get.
Those times the EAS messed up. Oh fuck yeah, Coco Melon. Yeah, for the record, I didn't realize this video might spook people.
What?
Reptiles are your weak point, being honest. You don't know much. Fair enough.
Well, time to air out some grievances.
The Emergency Alert System, invented in the late 90s in the US as a way to quickly notify the public of dangerous or otherwise noteworthy situations. Mostly notable for weather and amber alerts happening at 2 a.m., the EAS can also be used for a slew of different warnings, watches, and advisories. But it isn't always accurate. Either due to some kind of error or some trolls winning a laugh, there have been several times when the EAS messed up in extreme ways.
No,
From
they don't have
erroneously
eyelids
claiming
and
that a
sit
nuclear missile was
wide
inbound,
open.
to
I'm just
announcing
gonna
the start
believe
of the
you.
zombie apocalypse, the EAS has hosted
Your girlfriend was
some of the
watching baby
craziest
censor
things.
videos while you made
And
food
because of
last
the
night, and
idea of it
afterwards she
being
was like, these
scary and
babies
having
need to get better
accurate
music
information,
taste. They
some
do.
people probably believe
They
what is
do.
being
They should
said.
listen
So
to
let's take a look
some
at those times when the EAS messed up,
Megadeth.
broadcasting several things that caused either panic or confusion in those who had to hear it, but it turned out to be nothing but a hoax. Throughout 2017 and 2018, the US was very fearful over North Korea, specifically their
Right.
access and willingness to release nuclear missiles. Hawaii, being one of the closest states to North Korea, was especially scared, even testing their missile sirens for the first time since the Cold War. But even though
Okay,
everyone
fair
was
enough.
a bit on edge, North Korea wouldn't actually release a
Gave my
missile
baby
onto
into
Hawaii.
Tornado of Souls. Yeah.
On January 13th,
That's probably
2018
not.
at 8:07 a.m. Hawaii
No,
Standard
you know
Time,
what? Nothing
the
happened.
EAS sounded across
Yeah, I
all
remember
devices
this
to get it
because,
in
like,
Hawaii.
I was
On
talking
phones,
with someone
it
that
stated
lived in
the
Hawaii at
following.
the time.
Threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate
I have
shelter.
never been more
This is not
confused
a
because
drill.
I was just
And on
doing
TV,
laundry.
It said that this was issued by the U.S. Pacific Command.
And I got just a text that was like, hey, I might die soon?
Pacific Command has detected a missile threat to Hawaii.
And I'm just like,
this is not a
what?
drill. If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a
My
building.
response
In
was just
response,
what?
Hawaiian citizens acted calmly and appropriately in the situation. They freaked the fuck out. Mass panic ensued, as you'd expect when you're told your small state is going to be bombed with missiles. Throughout the
Yeah.
next 38
No,
minutes,
of
there was a
course.
scramble to retract this alert from everything. After confirming there was indeed no missile launched, officials prevented the alert from spreading further, and then started spreading the message that the previous alert wasn't real. Now, how did this happen? Well, in the Hawaii
It was just one
Emergency
button,
Management
right?
Agency, a drill was taking place internally, training officers during a challenging situation. This challenge was that this drill
Okay.
took place during a shift change. The drill sounded entirely like a real missile attack, but with
Exercise.
Oh
Exercise.
no.
being said at the start
Oh
and end. This does mean that the
no.
message itself said this is not a drill, but it in fact was. A warning officer at the alert origination location apparently heard the "this is not a drill" portion, but not the several exercise comments at the start and end, and thought that there was an actual attack.
See,
on the
this is
state,
part of that
sending
I
an
didn't
alert out to
know.
The entire state of Hawaii. What a good system there, huh? Admittedly, this isn't the first time a threat seemingly has been aired from North Korea, as in August 2017, radio stations KTWG and KSTO in Guam aired a civil
Okay.
danger warning, with no message attached. This was done a few days after North Korea threatened Guam with missiles, so the message seemed to be an imminent missile attack.
Why fucking
Nonetheless, it was
Guam?
cancelled 15 minutes later. Overall,
'Cause it's
however,
there?
no one died from a missile attack. and this was just a blip in error. But this was very real to some people, as North Korea has caused real missile alerts, albeit in
What the
Japan over
fuck?
places like Aomori. But what about something a little more
What the fuck?
fictional?
Oh, right.
From
No, I
February
remember
2013
this.
to February 2017, viewers in the states of Montana, Michigan, Wisconsin, and New Mexico were greeted with a strange
Yep, and
emergency
Indiana.
alert message. The alert was a local area emergency, which isn't anything too out of the norm.
I was
the
actually in
audio
Michigan at the
was
time of
weird part
this.
of
We were
The message
very
read,
confused.
Authorities in your area have reported
Very confused.
rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as information becomes available. Do not attempt
I
to
love
report
Project
or apprehend these
Zomboid.
bodies, as they are considered extremely dangerous. This station will now cease transmission, so please use your battery-powered radio. Tune in to 9:20 a.m. for information.
Now, I'm sure there are a lot of questions.
I wonder
First
if
off,
anyone
that
actually
first line
tuned
is
their
taken
radio.
almost word for word from the Anthrax song "Fight 'Em Till You Can't." Secondly, there were no messages on screen.
I actually
at
didn't
any
know it
point
was
during the
Anthrax.
broadcast, just the standard EAS tickers that had the bare bones essentials for an EAS message. And thirdly, the stations didn't cease transmission, and I very highly doubt that 9:20 a.m. was transmitting
Yeah, I'm
information
wondering
on
if
the incoming
anyone-
zombie apocalypse.
Anyone.
It was
Guam
never
is U.S.
happening.
territory
After
to be
this,
attacked in the
FCC
U.S.
and
close
FEMA
enough
both
to be a
urged
viable
broadcasters and
target.
the regions to change their passwords and up their security.
I mean, that much I
But
knew,
when
but
you're
it's like,
dumb
but-
and/or clumsy,
but
those
like-
security measures don't matter. 2 days after the original incident,
I don't
a radio
know.
talk show in Wisconsin played the audio from the
I
original
don't know.
airings with the same headers, which then in turn made the alert yet again air on that station. And then in 2017, the radio section WZZY in Indiana was hijacked and aired the same alert, causing the sheriff's department to clarify that there were, in fact, no zombies. Much to the
Damn.
dismay of someone, probably.
Shut up.
Now,
Shut
according
up.
to the
Shut up. Stop
FBI
reading
and
my mind.
FCC,
Stop reading
the
my
hacker came
mind.
from overseas, to which the hacker or hackers were caught and arrested, reportedly. Nothing else has been said about them, though. No identities or charges were ever revealed, so we'll have to believe the
Yeah, that's
FBI.
fair.
And they're always
We don't
the
gotta
most
know.
trustworthy people. This erroneous
Yeah,
alert is
always,
pretty
huh?
famous. It's pretty hard to ignore when an alert claims that the undead are finally taking revenge on humanity. And here's another famous one, this time with the conspiracy theory
Bullshit.
attached to it.
Bullshit.
On September 28,
Oh,
2016,
right.
WKTV in Utica, New York aired an alert that was pretty strange. A hazardous materials warning for the entire
I forgot
United
about
States,
this one.
with the message being the strangely ominous,
Would you, could you, on a train?
Didn't we already do
Afterwards,
this?
WKTV apologized for the alert.
We watched
and
a video
explained
on
it
this
away as an
one.
automated test from FEMA that was meant to be internal. The message being a placeholder quote from Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. That makes perfect sense. A normal internal test alert that accidentally made its way to the public. Nothing too
That
bad,
happens,
right?
yeah.
Well, that's where the theories come in. A day later in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yeah,
a
this
train
is just
crashed
doing
at
the
Hoboken
same
terminal.
story as a video we've
114
seen
people
before,
were
but
injured,
not the same
and
video.
One person was
No.
killed. After investigation, it appeared the engineer had
That
some
me is now
undiagnosed
advertising
sleep
sports
apnea
gambling
and
during
fell
stuff
asleep
I
at the
already
wheel, so
know.
to speak.
GG.
It's truly a tragedy that happened,
GG.
but that EAS
Fuck off, ads. I'm
spawned
not gonna
several
join the
theories.
Marines.
Because the line mentioned
Not the
a train
Marines,
and it
no.
was set to expire on the 29th, the day of the crash, plenty of people assumed that this wasn't an accidental releasing of an internal test, but rather a hijacker foreshadowing the events of that day.
I don't believe that
It's
for a
not.
second.
Honestly,
Yeah.
trying to cover up something like this with a theory that feels very loosely tied together is pretty horrible. It's creepy enough. on
Yeah,
its own.
nah.
You don't need to attach it to an event that resulted in
You
the
don't need
loss
to
of
make
life.
real
Plus, the timing on the alert
creepypastas.
was wrong, although many people choose to ignore that. Either way, it's known for that, and it can be a little creepy if you don't know the backstory.
Like, it'd be
But now, let's
cool
take a look
if
at
time
a real
travel, but, like,
hijacking,
no.
This time with memes and jokes galore.
No.
Number 15.
Number
Burger King foot
15.
lettuce.
In February 2020,
This music
users
is
of
actually
Wave
making a
Broadband
video
in
creepy.
Jefferson
Fair
County,
enough. Are you
Washington,
getting one of those
received
haha
several EAS
gamers,
alerts
right?
starting around
Cuties
8:30
about
PM.
smoking?
The first one was pretty innocuous, although
Well, it's 'cause
still
you're
insanely out of the
smoking hot.
ordinary. A
Hey.
radiological hazard warning for the entirety of Washington. Except after the attention tone, the message wasn't relayed, but rather Young Thug and Gunna's Hot was played
What?
instead. Then they just kept
Huh?
going. this time with several funny messages at the top. These included, change your password, Pepega Clap, sub to Vinesauce on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vinesauce, and their ending message, I'm done, you can rest now. Mr.
I am done.
Mr. Gerd also changed up his audio choice, changing to 645 AR's For the Trap for the Vinesauce message, and then Top 15's infamous reading of the Bird King Foot Lettuce story for his final message. Honestly, if you're gonna risk being fined big money for hacking into the EAS, you might as well make it entertaining. And hell, it even lived on.
Making those hot smokers right ads about gaming. I don't game. It's true. Al plays one video game.
Apparently just being a remnant of the attacks. And as far as I can find,
and one other video game, and the other video game is a problem.
This is one of the funniest hacks of the EAS I've seen in a while.
And then when she's upset with Mindlieben, she goes back to the regular game.
Look at when the audio just screws up and ends up transmitting something entirely different.
Run for your lives! Everyone run for cover!
Oh yeah!
These are two different instances happening several years apart and under very different circumstances. The first was the November 2011 National EAS test, the first of its kind. Now, I'm sure we're all aware that these national tests don't always go to plan. Some people don't receive them, they can glitch out on TV and radio, it just feels like a mess. But for DirecTV viewers this 2011 day, some of them reported a very interesting
I remember.
Message. Instead of these standard
I remember this had happened, and my grandparents had that cable network or satellite, I guess.
This can be explained away by just how DirecTV works. When a channel goes off the air, it reverts to music. EAS headers are put on top of those off-the-air stations, and then are simulcasted across all stations. Hence, us then being alerted to Gaga. Another mess up in audio happened in September 2017.
But yeah, they were very confused. My grandparents are very confused.
Somehow omitting the end of message tone, causing some listeners in Orange County to hear a part of Chuck Swindoll's Insight for Living program. Now, KWVE is a Christian talk and teaching program, and at the time of this program, they were talking about 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 from the Bible. Just know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come.
Bibble. You dare doubt the words of the mighty Jimmy? Menacing.
Now, if I heard that over the EAS, I'd definitely think the world was coming to an end. Okay, I wouldn't, but I know at least someone definitely did. Of course, this is just your bog standard Christian broadcasting, but to hear it on the EAS is a whole nother thing. Either way, it was just a mess up on KWVE's part, omitting the ending tones, but this was right in the time when people thought the world was going to end. Apparently, 2 days after this alert aired, September 23rd, 2017, was a day that the world was meant to end, according to David Mead, a, quote, specialist in research and investigations. Something, the Book of Revelation.
They should do it more.
The planet Nibiru hitting.
Going through dark times?
And yet we all eat that shit up, huh? Either way, the world didn't end on that day, to much of our collective dismay, and that EAS alert wasn't a foreshadowing.
Damn. Cause a Heaven's Gate or a few.
Pretty outdated with how it sounds and looks.
I'm not gonna say that it would be funny.
If the EAS wasn't considered this scary, maybe a lot of these wouldn't
Heaven's
be
Gate
notable. But even if it was more modernized, things like this could happen.
Shut
As
the
I've
fuck
said
up!
Before, the three
Shut the
constants
fuck
in life
up!
are death, taxes, and errors, and the EAS has shown that several times here. And of course, there are those few trolls and hijackers who want to see nothing but chaos unfold.
Yeah.
But beside all of that, the EAS should be treated with respect. Normally, only those who have good intentions have access to the EAS, so believe it. Unless it definitely seems quite out there. Then maybe think about if it's legit or not.
Think about it. There is no missile threat. There is no missile threat.
You have to be kidding me.
That's a good video. That's a good video.
Hey, it's the after
Hey,
show.
Frank! Frank, you idiot!
See, I'm over here.
Frank, you idiot!
You gonna say hello, Frank? I'm over here.
Essential alert, the girls are fearing.
What?
They are
Frank,
fearing.
I'm gonna let you into the couch dimension. We're going, yes?
Like the EAS transmit and show that we opened a portal to the back rooms.
Frank
do it.
loves the couch dimension. Frank, is that you barking? I knew you were a dog. But no, Frank, the couch is this way.
Frank's
Oh, no, she's gotta walk onto the
barking.
couch. No, I keep forgetting. She likes fun. Frank, come on, back up. Yeah, that's it.
Frank got that new fault. He's
There
on
you
the
go,
Jeep.
yay.
Gonna fuck you up
Frank
if
has
it
a
work.
brain.
No.
She's gonna disappear down there. You watch.
Fearing.
Yeah, you watch this. I got you down to a T, Frank.
Fearing.
I got you down to a T. You are so dingus predictable, Frank.
Oh,
Goodbye.
fuck. That's awesome.
Sick of all this baggage. This is normal in your house, isn't it? Like, you all just kind of deal with this every day? I do.
This is
So
just
what's happened in the
Australia.
world of Frank this last while?
This is just
True
extremely
story,
strange.
She took a swipe at me, yeah? Opened up the glass in her poo palace, and Frank came out like this, eh? Lucky the glass was
Presidential
there, not
alert,
lucky Frank
read
didn't
fire
have a
punch.
brain.
Yeah.
The door was all the way open. People who tune into my drum stream at the moment probably noticing that Frank's yawning a lot. That's not because she's tired. All she does is stinking sleep. That's literally her getting her jaws ready because she wants to bite something for food time.
She wants to bite.
There's no Frank. Oh no. Oh no, where's the Frank?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
we're in huge trouble.
Where's the
Well,
Frank?
You've done it this time, Frank. I literally hear hissing noises in the couch, and the cat. Yeah, I know.
Mildly
it's very
scary.
She's breathing heavy because she's doing a big squeeze in there. She literally pulled the two
Essential alert.
couches apart.
Release date
I heard
discrepancy for the next
the chair
CSM
moving.
chapter. What?
You happy, Frank? You've ruined everything. I really wish you wouldn't do that, Frank, because you tend to ruin things. You get
I'm a
out of the
couple
couch,
chapters behind.
Frank, I beg you not to do it. I beg you.
Beg you.
I beg you.
Beg.
Don't go under the couch.
Don't do it.
Once you're under there, you're gone. You're part of the house.
Frank, don't do it.
That's it. Don't. Good.
Good, Frank.
No.
Don't do it. No.
No,
No,
God,
no,
I'm gonna
Frank.
intervene. I've revealed it, Frank. I revealed the shame. I revealed your awful ways. You've moved the couch, you big fat idiot.
Hi, baby.
I can give her love and attention. There's not a thing she can do about it. What do you get on that? I mean, she's not doing anything because she's a total sweetie.
Viz
I mean,
page is a
she
different
did
day
take a
count than the
swipe
other
at
side.
me.
People are
It's a true
worst case
story, isn't it,
scenarioing it.
You came out bitey.
People need to stop being doomers about Chainsaw Man. The chapter will come out.
Rats anymore, and she only eats quails. But no,
Like whole
if a shadow
quails?
goes past the window, my name's Frank. I'm gonna bite.
Like whole quails?
Please get out of the couch. I know, Frank. Please. Look how placid she is. That's it, Frank. Up and out. God, die. Come on, Frank.
God.
Get out. God, she's squeezing. You're squeezing, Frank. The cushions are missing. We're gonna catch this idiot in the act if it kills me. We're hunting for the Frank. No, it's in there.
Last time this happened was allegedly the.
I can hear that.
Oh yeah, the crunchy lesbian orgy spread. Yeah.
See movement.
That's a good spread. That's one of my favorite images.
What do I see? What do I see, Frank? What's this all about?
Yuffie, what do you
Explain
want?
yourself now.
Would you like to be on
Put you on
stream?
an even heavier diet. All right, big heavier diet coming up. Frank, your new diet is you're only allowed to look at quails. The
Oh.
sustenance hitting your eyeballs is all that you're allowed from now on.
Destruction as far as the eye can see.
Well, the one cool thing that has
Oh,
developed,
no,
like she's
baby.
about 6 years old, and she's a Murray Darling python. A lot of people ask,
Baby.
you know, Murray Darling coastal python. I think she's finally figuring out that I'm the one that opens up her big stinking poop house.
Oh, no.
So I
Oh,
walk
no.
along it, and then she'll kind of kick up her head, and then she starts snooty booping
Baby.
around it, you know. And so I think she's
You
finally
complain
figuring
like
out
I'm killing
I'm
you.
the one who opens things up around here. Oh,
It's
she's gone to
okay.
sleep. What a sweetie monster. But it did take her about 3 years to learn that
Oh.
grass is prickly and it's okay. When she's born captive, like she's never been outside before I showed her. So yeah, it's been a journey, Frank, hasn't it? Don't lick the couch.
It has been a journey.
Don't-
Oh, Yuffie's purring now.
No, don't. Why do you defy me? What? I thought we were I'm zooming in now on the and you still keep going.
Oh, she left. She was purring though. She was purring and making bread.
Hello, YouTube. As some of you might know, is Intel stepping back into the graphics card industry and releasing their first discrete graphics card in over 20 years.
Okay.
Their last discrete graphics card was released back in 98 and 99 and called the Intel i7
Kitty cat, she is such a good kitty. Except when she's not.
Wasn't really competitive on the market.
You fear you're getting into fights?
10 years later,
She might already be getting into fights. Every time I say she's doing well.
Here, January this year, Intel showcased their GT1, and then we knew things started to get real serious. And here we are.
Intel got out of the GPU game, didn't they?
Managed to release their first discrete XE graphics card, and here it is. It's the Eiffel 6500.
That's a Devil May Cry weapon. You can't fool me.
Sound architectures and features.
That's a graphics card that goes sword, trick, gun, sword, trick, gun.
And have a GPU with 4096 execution units running at 2.2 gigahertz. And have a TDP.
They're still in it, if I recall correctly. I thought they bowed out.
This card
I might be wrong.
Real competition for NVIDIA, and it has a price tag of only $1,000. Before I take this card for
that is a Kamen Rider belt. The Eiffel 99. Boo-abba-dee-dabba-die. Yeah, the next Kamen Rider is going to be a really wide man. Hang on. No, I know exactly who is going to be the next Kamen Rider. Hang on. Hang on. Where is it? Here. All right, everyone. Here's your next rider. Here's your next rider. Kamen Rider Brick. Kamen Rider West. Kamen Rider Pump. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Look. He's a sick fuck. And he likes a quick fuck.
This board is really special because it's
Kamen Rider Yeezy.
Which means you can
Kamen Rider Yeezus.
or the video RAM without replacing the
He powers up and becomes
When
Yeezus.
you look here in the top, you can see
No, Kamen Rider Yandi.
adjusting the voltages.
Remember
And I believe the
Yandi?
socket is the same as used on Intel Pi Core processors. And here's the GPU.
I want to eat that. I want to eat that. I want to eat that
it's
so
really nice.
big.
I love this design and hope to see more like this in the future.
Kamen Rider Roblox. There's got to be some Roblox
The card
Kamen
is now
Riders,
mounted
right?
on my test setup. We will just have to see if it's working. And it seems like it's working. Let's try and run a performance test on it. The test software that I'm using is the good old trustworthy Bungeholio Marks.
Bungholio Marks?
So yeah, let's start it.
Ooh, my RGB? What do you mean, my RGB? Okay. Okay. It's just B, actually. That's true. I do like my Gauss rifles to be fucking GPUs. Your mom! God damn it. God damn it. Oh, this is kind of a bop. This kind of goes hard. Look at that Z fighting. Look at that Z fighting. Is this gonna go to your mom's house? I like that your mom tanks the frames. Yeah.
The test is now complete. And you can see the card have got a score of 520 Banco coins, which is fantastic. And it's about 30% faster than NVIDIA's RTX 2080 Ti Super.
Beautiful.
So NVIDIA is now
Beautiful.
officially dethroned. But NVIDIA isn't the only company that
Your mom is one object in 14 1.0. Yeah.
Against AMD.
What do you mean,
and
bit?
You see, the card have got this
it's a real GPU. Yeah, I have a Switch like that.
GPU mode to CPU mode.
It doesn't do that.
The card will act like
but
a
my
motherboard.
GPU actually does have a switch
and
on
as
it.
You can see on the back plate here.
I don't understand what it does.
And when you open it, you can find some SATA ports, PC Express interfaces, and some USB connectors. So this way, the card replaces both your processor and motherboard, as you get a system with 32 GB of memory and the 4096 core processor for just half the price of AMD's Ryzen.
Oh, I don't know why that makes me happy.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider pressing
makes
that
it suck
button
more or
and maybe
less.
check out my
That
other content.
I love
You
that.
must have a nice day.
I love that.
Bye.
That's hype. I like that. Yeah. Just slap an AIO onto it, and I'm running Crysis 1 at medium settings, I think. Alright, we've got a Stars War. It has no subtitles. That's why it's so big, I guess. Yeah. Totally real. Totally real. Need my new Gen AGP cards. Are you doing this to hurt me? Ren, are you saying that to harm me? Because I'm still heartbroken over HSTS cards getting discontinued. It's giving Doug Walker Suburban Nights. Nah, nah. Huge. Exactly. Are his ears pierced? Yeah, yeah. About to wake up, it's 2001, Windows XP just released. Drink the water, I can do that. Suburban Nights, if Doug splurged for a DSLR. Hello, I'm the hero of time. You're being mean. This is cute. This is awesome. If Doug splurged for a gimbal. I watched a fucking video where a guy was showing off oil filter suppressors, and he's like pointing a gun at the camera, and the camera's following him, and people are like, oh my god, you're flagging your cameraman. And he's like, it's on a fucking gimbal, idiot. Okay. Okay. Who's you? Who is you? Oh, okay. Hang on. They're actually going for something. They're actually... Hang on. This is more effort than some fucking Marvel movies, as far as actual composition goes. Still a bit cut heavy for my liking, but like, damn. They're actually like putting weight into it. And like doing an actual choreography. This is sick. The shield throw was sick as fuck. Okay, this is a nitpick, but I do believe Link is left-handed in most depictions, though. Those swords are actually made of metal, I think. Yeah, they're definitely not combat ready, but they're like actually, like they've got weight. They've got weight. That's what you want. Oh, this is sick. God damn, Link kind of shredded too. Fighting for control over a lightsaber has to be one of the scariest things in the world, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
You're not from around here, are
Yeah, like, no, I've got to respect it though. They've got to be like a few pounds and a touch means your arm's not yours anymore. Yeah. This is more faithful than the source of the source material than anything ever. Yeah. I love reverse grip lightsabers. It's such a cool way of fighting. If given the option to make a Zelda movie back in the day, they should have included lightsabers just because. That's kind of what it looks like when I die. Kinda. God, dude is cut. Like, dude is in good shape. Holy shit. But no, lightsabers would work because of the max health mechanic. Kinda? Fuck you mean kinda? BRT for science? All I made is built on stuff made by dudes who love Star Wars? Yeah. They did do the Star Wars fade. It's sick. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I love that she even moves like a Zelda character when, like, idle. That's fucking awesome. Stab. Go for a stab. Stab is usually the way to kill someone in Star Wars, and I'm surprised we don't do it more often. God, I need a good lightsaber combat VR game where lightsabers are actually faithful. Holy shit. Do it, do it, do it, do it. It's a fucking shirt. You can block a stab in you can't block a stab in too many ways. No, I agree. Looks at Jedi Academy VR. I want VR. I want to be able to actually swing the sword. Oh, that's badass. I actually wasn't sure when this was made. So, like, seeing the Tears of the Kingdom stuff, it's like, oh, this is, like, recent. Looks at, the Kinect. Blade and Sorcery is about as close as I'm gonna get, and I'm fine with that. Just give me more in-depth dismemberment, and I'm happy. I want Blood Trail. I want Blood Trail to get more gore in it, so that lightsaber mods can be added and good. To where you can actually, like, maybe actually cut a dude in half. God, I love this. This is just sick. Yeah. It's gonna be Broly. I can just tell. Yes, he probably does that. God, I love when they hold lightsabers two-handed. There's something about it. There's something about it, just like holding them like they are arming swords instead of a big long glow stick. Like, that's fucking awesome. Holy shit. Oh my god, they're actually going for it. Genuine epilepsy warning, though, I think. Yeah, phase change, baby. Phase change. Yeah. Ooh. Right in the baby. The epilepsy is also faithful, true. You should have swirled it. Should have swirled it. Link would swirl it. Okay. That fucking rules. That fucking rules. That's fucking awesome. Okay, genuine, good shit, good shit. Really well shot, really well paced. Extremely good choreography. Cut a little more than I'd like, but like,
Hey,
it's whatever.
Thanks so much for supporting me.
Yeah, when I said there was a lot of dank pods, I mean dank pods is most of this.
Nothing at all.
And
But
I
it's
am
been a
sorry
little
for
bit
that.
Since we last checked in on Frank, and so let's have a see what
I tried
you're
to
doing,
space it out a
Frank.
little,
What
though.
you up to? We go.
Lot of Frank posting. Lot of Frank posting.
She aware.
Sorry, I called you
Frank
Doug
is
Walker,
still
Suburban Knights Core,
unaware.
Mike Starwalker.
Activate the noodle.
I
with a
agree.
civil touch. 3,
Straya.
2, 1. Noodle
Straya.
touching.
You
Nothing.
better apologize. I didn't do shit.
Nothing at all, Frank. Look, the Frank hasn't begun yet. Not until we see a tongue flick has the Frank session begun. Oh, yeah, it's begun. Frank's finally turned on. It's just how just chilled out she is.
Turn on
Love
the
how
sink.
scared everyone is of Frank. I've had a lot of tradies in at this place, and none of them will get even close to her.
Aww.
So scary. Frank, my long dog. You like this though, don't you, Frank? You like this though. I do have a question though, Frank, and it's a personal one. What's your
Frank.
favorite color, Frank?
Big snake.
What's your favorite
Good
smell?
snake. Good snake.
Come on, Frank, you've been dogging these questions for too long. Frank, what's your favorite brand of microwavable sausage rolls? It's a really simple one, Frank. No, I've told you to speak English. We don't understand that. Frank really likes this. Fingernail right along the back. She's like,
Oh, hell yeah.
No, she's not trying to get away.
I mean, I'd
She's
like
just
that
rolling
too.
about. Except for when Frank, why do you wait until I
Until
say
you
something
say
like
something.
That
Yep,
and then
every
you
time.
Exactly what you made me a liar.
Is that
all
a
over,
cactus?
Frank. It's okay, we can head her off. Come on, Frank, you can't escape. I know where you live. It's in this box. You can't just hide in the shadows from these questions, Frank. The people need to know.
We
what's your
need
favorite
to
brand
know.
of microwavable sausage rolls. Frank's giving us the sassy look. She's like,
Aww.
these are personal questions.
Look
I
at
ain't
her.
answering none of them. I
Look
wanna
at
speak to my
her.
lawyer first.
Fake cactus,
My
I
name's
think.
Frank.
I'd
I
hope
make
so.
bad smells. Come on, Frank. I'm your friend. It's about time you
Oh,
paid
I
rent
made
around
the
here.
bed smell.
No, Frank, don't escape my love.
Don't
Come
do
on,
it.
Frank.
Don't do
Quit
it.
asking rude. Oh, and there you go, people who follow my drum streams. There's Frank Camera 1, Frank Camera 2,
Wait, it's Frank Finder
Camera
General.
3.
Holy shit.
and a Stinky House Camera 4. Frank loves pushing this one over.
Because you suck. Frank, you're heading home now, aren't you? You're heading home now, aren't you? Why do you pause like this? You're gonna run
I wonder
away
how
from
fast
your
a snake can
paparazzi
be.
questions. There's no door that side, Frank. You've lived here this whole time, and come on, there's never been a door that side.
He should add one. Holy shit, Frank's going fast.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Frank. Frank?
It depends on the snake. Different snakes have different speed. Is there a snake race
Frank,
meta?
you only go into this place like 30 times a day. Just get in there, you wench.
Oh lord, she coming. How snakes are more subtle. Oh shit, I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, holy shit. That's a big ass snake. It's fucking cool though. There's a group of snakes called racers, so probably those guys. Frank genuinely never ends. Holy shit. Like, genuine. That's a lot of snake. That's a fucking weird dog. This is long form. He should upload this as a YouTube short.
Oh, yeah, thanks for ruining it. See you, Frank.
Dogs are just really weird these days. Yeah. Shit you not, black mambas move 12 miles per hour. Is that slow or is that fast for like a land creature? Oh, I like how you can see spots in the black. I like that it's like a calico pattern. Calico snake. Calico snake.
Gosh, it just keeps going, huh?
Yeah. For a land creature, that's pretty fast. Okay. Especially one without legs. You don't need legs.
I wonder why the
No one
pose is
needs
so big.
legs. No
It's
reason.
just so much Frank.
It's faster than a human at least.
Just
So
so much
for
Frank.
so
Frank.
for a noodle. For a
That's it,
noodle,
Frank.
you say.
Look, that's it. Oh. Wow!
Holy shit.
You wench! You bluffed me there. Look at her. Look at her just hiding in the shadows. Yeah, Frank. We
She's
can still see you.
staring.
Don't act surprised.
Dangerous spaghetti.
What do you want to be?
Oh my god. Oh, oh, it's a proper tussle. Oh, hell yeah. Then it's gonna peek up. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
walked away for a bit, and now she's just licking the wood.
I wonder how that works. I wonder how they keep themselves up like that.
Oh, no, now we're
Bones,
just looking
probably,
at the
but like... I wonder what the bones look like in the different positions. What a fully realistic, articulated
Frank,
snake.
We saw all of that.
Can
we saw
someone
all of that weirdness,
unpause the Frank?
And
No.
you betcha I'm putting it on
Spine is the
YouTube.
only bone they got. Don't they got ribs?
No
And like a
negotiation,
skull?
Frank. We all caught that weirdness, eh?
And like a couple teeth?
Riz.
Riz.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck?
Have you seen my Riz?
Have you seen my Riz? This is how L
I can't
talks.
find my Riz.
This is how L talks. Can't find my Riz. Had it yesterday. Riz.
Are you sure you don't know where my Riz is?
Are you sure?
Hey, it's
That you don't know where my Riz is? Find my Riz, Chuck.
Mate, you make this mess work.
Get me my
And
Riz.
mate. I got nothing funny to say after that. Yeah, it's a bootleg
iMate.
iPod. I bought it
Oh
literally
my
because
God.
it's called the iMate. I mean, Aussie, man.
It's a mate you bring
Aussie.
with
This is
ya.
just how most bootleg iPods really are, where they never claim to be an iPod, and they got this crappy D-pad business going on, and you just transparently know.
Is it weird that I've got a soft spot for those D-pads?
Looking Apple ad knockoff, and why is he holding
Subs,
it at that angle
please.
from there? That
Okay.
doesn't look good. Ooh, the 1 GB model. Voice recording, I hope it works. Whoa, man, it can do USB 1.1. Here we go. Look out, iMates. We're gonna be looking at the... Get to the nugget in a bit. It is, oh. It is flimsy sounding, but you know, we'll get to it in a bit. What treasures await? This is what I'm excited about. Oh, it's a rat's nest. Let's just dump it out. You know, it's a good product when the manual doesn't fit in the box they've decided to use. The MP4 player, what? Why isn't it called the iMate? Oh man, look at it. It's like a phone book for rats. Beautifully formatted. Yep, this is looking like the typical nano bootleg that I grew up with. My first portable video player
I
was
had
a
one
bootleg,
of.
by the way,
I
guys.
didn't have an iMate, but I had
It's just blah 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 blah.
I had a bootleg one like this.
Oh, readable, I guess.
I also had one that looked like an
iPod
iPod Touch.
It's cromulent. I can't really.
It was an
complain.
Eclipse.
Oh no.
It had a country rap song on it.
Look at that.
A little bit of country with a hip hop twist. Boots scoot boogie, move your hips like this. It was awful.
I don't care. I don't need to hear the mids anyway. And holy dingus, this is the mother of all.
Oh my
mini
god.
I've got so many of these. But this is the stonkest chonkest one I've ever seen.
No, I've had a really, really long one. It was like 10 feet.
Frank stinks.
Frank stinks. Yeah.
No, in fact, before we look at the nugget, I got to get rid of these. And ew, is the heat gonna make these smell?
Yeah. Hit it with Scarlet Fire. Yeah. Oh, that's that shit I love. That's that shit I love.
Boo and ew. Boo and ew.
Do they stink?
Oh, I'm smelling them. Ew, I'm
yeah.
smelling yeah. Strain the bin. Ew, those were awful. Here's the nugget. No branding on the back. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ooh, microphone. Hope we can yell into that. It's pretty desolate.
Oh, I hope he can yell into it.
Nugget. At least I can stand far away from it. The cable's so stinking huge. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had like a 10-foot micro USB cable for my drawing tablet. It was probably the highest. It was probably the highest quality piece of that entire tablet.
No. Ooh, on. Yeah, come on. I want my working iMate. There it is. No name. That's a great. Ooh. When you were young.
Fuck yeah.
There's stuff on it. It's
when
from
you were
07.
young.
It's great.
Really?
It's more like bootleg. Ew.
Ooh.
Ew, what's all this?
Ooh.
It's got software on here. Yuck. Well, I'm gonna put Scarlet
Okay.
Can we play one MP3 on an MP3 player? Record. Ew.
You have a long ass Xbox charging cable. You don't know why I bought it that long. I don't know.
No, what's happening?
Does it work?
What's happening? Look, it's endless.
It's processing. Recursion. Yeah.
Look at this. What's wrong with this? Oh, that is strange.
Oh my god.
Breaking the computer. I shouldn't have double clicked on it.
Why is the playlist called Monkey?
That's not good. Oh man, I'm getting
Works.
virus
It's Microsoft
vibes out of this
original.
thing.
Fuck yeah.
Worked. I'm just going to eject this stupid. Get out. Ew. No, just force eject. Get out. Oh, here we are. Left and right's up and down. Of course it is.
Of course it is.
All right,
Yeah, I never used this UI, but I knew it was
this
common.
Is the same UI that my first ever bootleg had.
Yeah.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Yeah, you're not looking forward to this one. This crappy cable I found.
Auxiliary mode.
Yes. How do you play? Come on. Play? Oh, hang on. Oh, get out. This thing works terrible. All right, play.
Can he find ye?
That's the Killers. Can't find Scarlet Fire. Is this it?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. No, stop. Oh, shut up. Oh, no, I went a bit too hard there. That's glass. Oh, wow. The sexy speaker's first, like, it's not a
Sexy
killer's
speaker has a
injury.
body count.
What a sexy way to go. All right, I gotta get to the recorder.
When I say sit on my face, this is what I mean.
Like this one time, I wanted an MP3 player.
I've heard worse. I've heard worse.
Like, you got old mate Craig, but that's just Craig, mate. Like, I wanted a mate, hey, like a genuine friend. And so I bought the iMate, and it's been a disaster, mate. It's like the worst friend ever, and I'm crushingly regretting my decisions. and the
Okay.
screen shouted some sexy beast did this. Who did this thing?
It's typical Nugget affair. Well, I think there's only one honorable death for this. The sexy speaker finishes off her first prey.
Yeah. Yeah, my pixel. Oh my god.
There's glass everywhere. Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
god.
her first kill, guys. Wow, sexy speaker.
No,
and it
he's
was
still
violent as
twitching.
well. The screen is still going, but it's right. Old mate will step in and just bippity boppity boopity. All right, this is now actually a barefoot hazard. Thank you, mate. You're not my mate. Thanks for watching. My sausages are everywhere.
Thank you.
It was all just a dream.
Oh my
Luigi,
god.
none of that happened.
Oh, Mario, I saw it. Toad became an elephant.
Luigi, no one can become an elephant.
No, Mario, I swear, I saw her granny panties. And Bloat was there, and some weird purple rabbit.
Luigi, there's no such thing as the Flower Kingdom. There's no such thing as elephant mushrooms. This was all in your head,
Next Super
Luigi.
Mario Nintendo should get Vinny on. I agree.
No, Mario, the flowers, they talk.
I agree.
And the elephant trunks were sticking straight up.
Luigi, how many times do I gotta tell you there's no such thing as oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Thank you, Mario. Fuck Nintendo, but it'd be the funniest thing. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Mario, you're looking kind of thick, you know?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, it's the after show. Thanks so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. You guys just give me a superpower on the internet to make these videos my way and get rid of a lot of ads and that sort of stuff. And I'm gonna treat you with some just beautiful artwork.
Okay.
See this thing? Look, it's a Fujifilm.
Oh,
Instax
beautiful,
Mini 40,
beautiful.
and I think it looks amazing. I love this vibe. It's an instant
That
film
ending
camera
was
where it goes
great. Just,
and
hey,
you
what
get
the
like
fuck?
a blurry photo that you couldn't
It's
really
good.
stabilize properly because it's all kind of instant. But that gimmick's half the fun. You just have it instantly. If you want to take really high quality photos, you know, get a proper camera. But I just wanted something fun and silly. Yeah, so there are other ones available, ones that have like Bluetooth and an app, and you can actually like.
I don't
you know, have
want
digital
Bluetooth
versions of
and
the
an
photos
app
as
for
well.
my
I wanted none of that.
phone.
I really didn't want any of that app stuff.
I don't
because
want that
apps
for
mean
my
that
phone.
They need updating, they get out of date. I mean, all the crap I've paraded on this channel that don't have functioning apps anymore. And whereas this guy just runs on 2 AA batteries, and all the work is basically done by the film itself. So this is a Fujifilm, and I gotta tell you, it is quintessentially Japanese. And what I mean by that is
How do
it
you
just
mean?
has so much plastic waste. All right, so let's load her up.
Yeah,
Look, you got
he's
the
right.
film, you tear it, and you got your first bit of plastic waste. Right, and then you got this guy. You line the yellow with the yellow, and that's it. You've loaded. It's got a little
Simple.
counter down there, which is fully mechanical. I love that. Like, less powered things, the better. And the first photo that you take, so once you go like that, look, a mirror for selfies, like an old cell phone.
That's
But the
awesome.
very first one,
It's always gonna come out weird. Yep,
it's what spits out the cover. So, you know, don't put in a fresh pack and then line up the photo of your life and then, you know, go,
Yeah.
treasured memories. Remember when we're all a thumb and people telling us no? And that's it. You
I
just look through the
do.
viewfinder, pull the trigger, and
Middle
bang.
school.
It's fun watching it develop. I'm just going to leave that there. Maybe at some point I actually
Okay.
get like the range of all the other companies, because Polaroid make one as well. You know, yeah, there's like 3 or 4 different types of these. Because
Yeah,
you
wasn't
know,
there
this
one
kind
where
of
you went
photography
through
is
a
so
bunch
much
of
like vinyl.
Polaroid
You know,
cameras?
we're humans, like we're animals.
Yeah,
we
I want to
like
get a.
tactile
I want to
things
get
that
a
we can
camera
play
like
with
this.
and watch it all come in. Look at this. I'm telling you, like using like high-tech VR machines and like modern phones and internet, and yet there's still something so cool about watching one of these photos come in. So what you're
love
seeing
these.
is what I see when I make these videos. All right, that's gonna take a little bit. Let's put that up there. I mean, so obviously this is more of like a fun.
Yeah, I would love a camera like this
casual
for like
version of photography.
conventions.
You know, you're not going to take like National Geographic photos with this thing. It's just so you can scribble something fun on it and hand it to a mate. And they know this because look, they got some with like fancy borders and
Yeah.
things. And so I actually had to take my old ute to go get a wheel alignment, and it's just up the road a walk away. And so I took this camera with me, mate, and I took some photos of some beautiful scenery to share with you to showcase this guy's abilities. I call this one Discarded TV on Discarded
Fuck yeah.
Wood. Beautifully centered, by the way.
Oh, that's a CRT. That might still be good,
Pile of
though.
tires. There it is. And like the marble really sets it off. I call this one Abandoned Air Conditioning Conduit and a Seat for One. Ah, yes. This is The Pile. There are at least 5 of these on every street. Ah, beautiful. This is Discarded Office Carpet.
That one was liminal as fuck. Yeah.
This one's accidentally pressed the button while walking and took a photo of nothing, thus wasting the film.
Oh, but I love it. I love it, though.
Leaking Fiat Nugget engine here in the warehouse. It's just... yeah, I gotta clean that up one day. Oh, beautiful. It was actually such a beautiful day. It was literally just solid blue sky.
Wait.
And so I just pointed up and
That's
shot,
the
and this is what I
skybox
got.
of that
I
one, The
can't
Killers
really get mad, 'cause that's-
album.
This was
Hang
actually this
on.
morning
Hang
at my
on.
favorite cafe.
Hang on. Hang on. I'm pretty sure that's the exact sky tint of The Killers, Mr. Brightside. Open image, another tab. Yeah. No, Hot Fuss, right here. And then, right there. It's the same, images is the same.
I can't really get mad, because that's, you know. This was actually this morning at my favorite cafe, and it was like an absolutely beautiful, serene looking, and it's just all kind of washed out and blown out. So, like, as you can see from this guy,
But I love it. But I love it.
Pale and just very,
I
very
love
instant.
it.
And look, you can just see the mess horde that goes on here.
This is
behind,
kind of Windows
behind the
XP
iPad and all that.
wallpaper
Look,
came
that's the
to
keyboard
be.
I plug all the
Yeah.
nuggets into. They're very, very.
And people will say it's fake. It was
but
too beautiful,
kind of
to be
fun,
fair.
And also the fact that, you know, it runs on AA's. They're not the cheapest though. I mean, like, it could literally be $1 a photo. That's an Aussie dollar, which I think is like 10 cents US or something. I don't know anymore. That one actually came out pretty okay.
That came out pretty good.
And actually, like
I think
these
it was
marble
shot in the
backgrounds, they're all
90s.
slightly different.
It
It's
is
not like the
such a
same
beautiful
prints for all of them.
image.
But I've actually been having a lot of fun with this. Hang on, one more artsy photo. Never gets old.
Oh,
This is the
fuck
most
yeah.
fun bit. Just waiting to see if you actually censored the photo properly or if it's even worth looking at. Oh, here it comes. And actually, I can already see it, and that's not what I saw on the viewfinder. That's actually annoying. Maybe that's something I got to test if I actually get around to getting a whole bunch of them. Is like, what do you see in the actual viewfinder? Is it what you get? Because I saw
That
lots
would be
of
a
the
cool
phone.
video.
Because yes, this is all filmed on an iPhone. I was trying to get the edgy, like, you know, you can see the iPad and the phone and all that. That's not what I saw on the viewfinder. So and I've
It is
noticed
kind
that
of
with all
weird
my
to take a
photos, I really
picture
try to
of
censor them properly.
pictures.
And then they just don't turn out like that. And I remember back in the day with my instant cameras and all that, that was an annoying problem. I mean, the colors have come in much better with this as it sits, but it's honestly not going to get much better than that. And yeah, there you go. I centered all this, and that's how it looks. Well, thanks so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I thought this guy was interesting. I still like it though, because, you know, it's novel, it's fun. You know, we all have a phone in our pocket that can take amazing photos, even old iPhone 4s from 10 years ago. So you know what? Maybe the fact that it's a little bit sucky and blown out.
I mean, shit, I've got a phone from just pre-pandemic, and like,
really, really neat. Well, maybe I'm
the
just
camera itself is fucking awesome,
thanks
but
so
like,
much,
the pictures I take on it aren't physical, so like, you know.
Hey, it's the after
Yeah,
show.
this is
Thanks
filmed
so
on a
much for
flip
supporting me.
phone.
I don't even know if you can hear or see what I'm doing, because I'm even using the microphone in this nugget. And I gotta talk quick, so I don't even know how long I can film for, or even how long it's even gonna work. Right?
Okay.
So we can have something to look at and to read, because that's what's gonna make this funny, I'm sure.
Right.
It's like a generic nugget I've got. It looks like it's spearmint flavored, like this weird green.
God, it does.
It's Electro brand. It doesn't get more generic than that. Ooh, look, a genuine full power battery. That's obviously a giant flex. That's why they left this little cutout window so we could admire it. 2 gigabytes. In probably the most hideous font I've ever seen. What is that
I've seen
G
worse.
doing? Look, he's like, wow. It's like someone hand drew it. Toledo. Yep, packaging well, love. Oh,
I hate this packaging so
What
much.
treasures await. Okay, that's just a background. Oh, the book. Ooh, it's got heaps in here. There it is.
At least it's not the good time. At least it's not good times, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, good times is a fine
all
font.
these stupid nuggets got. Can you believe these are all completely generic and the same thing? Urgh. What is this? Folds out like a road map. Oh, jeez. Quick start instructions. And
This feels like too much
essay.
instructions for quick start.
Ah, yes, the Electro brand 90-day warranty. Well, I think we're past that now.
Totally a font that isn't haunting everywhere you go.
Yuck.
Hadn't been for a while. Something's up, something's up.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, good, it's got rubber coating on it that's turning sticky. Yep, it's turning into primordial ooze
He
again.
needs
Those are
gloves.
handsome dirty buds. They actually look okay. I mean, they're garbage, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be
Of course
garbage.
They sound
They're
the
gonna
same as all
be
the others.
terrible.
I reckon they're all the exact same guts, all of them. Well, I'm just gonna have to hold it up to the Nugget flip phone to blow them up with. Yeah! Come on, babies! Pop for daddy! Come on! Yeah, they're very average, nothing special. Typical Nugget affair. Oh
Okay.
man, we've got to get the full power to work. Oh man, this thing weighs nothing. It's like there's nothing in it. Does the full power work? It works!
Holy
Wow,
shit!
The full power works! Wow!
Holy
this thing's getting
shit!
stickier by the second. Welcome, it says. Yeah, full power. Look out, Puxel, you got some competition. Yeah, look, it's
I also
got the
miss
typical affair. It's got a
I
recorder.
miss
I know what I
players
need
that
to
used to
do.
be like this.
Okay, it just crashed and bootlooped
Because
on me.
like the fact that you could just plug it in,
Disk error.
just straight into the PC
What,
without like
is
a
the
cable or
internal
nothing.
storage
I
corrupted?
love them.
God dang it! Oh, can you believe no one bought this? Like literally, first time I tried to record, it just crashed and boot looped, and the second time it said disk error. It's inbuilt storage, you stupid idiot. Give me my full power back. Does it live with the Puxels? You know, it can live behind the Puxels.
should.
Only us patrons know about this. If this video even
Only
works.
us patrons.
I have to dissect the idiot. I have to see what creates such disappointment. Get out. Get out. Get out. Doesn't matter. Alright, there we go.
Was this after the phone special where he was looking for a
right.
work phone? I can't remember.
It's just cheap nonsense. Can you believe no one bought this? Can you believe it's brand new? Oh, I'm so sorry I couldn't get a recording out of that delicious microphone.
no
there, but
idea.
It's junk. Straight out of the box.
Because like
it
this
was
might
junk.
be the
I'm so
flip phone
disappointed,
from
I'm
that
feeling
video.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for tolerating this video. Cause
It
wow,
was good. It was
crunchy
fun.
mess.
It's
I don't even know if
crunchy,
you
but
can
it's
even see that.
fun.
I've actually bought brand new Puxels. These are full boxes full of them.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
look
yeah.
At this. Brand new ones. No, really, guys, like.
Oh,
I've got
fuck
so many
yeah.
of them now. I wish they were green. I actually prefer the old Puxel looking green business, but it's just awesome. that-
Puxels.
they're still hanging around. Oh my Puxel. What a mess. Well, yeah, thanks again. And I'll see, sorry.
I really like that
Record
logo.
players were way ahead of their time. Everyone knows that the sound comes from the grooves, but how
Right.
on earth can a groove in a plastic frisbee generate the sweet ear nectar that is Yellow Submarine? It's because sound is just vibration. Say you were to
Right.
speak into a big horn that had a stretched out balloon at the end. That stretched out balloon is going to vibrate along when you speak into said horn. And that vibration is the same vibration your eardrum makes to let you hear sound. So say you then taped a pencil that would vibrate with the balloon. If I put a piece of
saw he
paper
was gonna
against
say,
the
now
pencil,
imagine
you'd
taking
see
a
something like
pencil
this, useless scribbles. Now,
in
if I
your
move the piece
ear,
of paper at a constant pace,
and
you'd
it's
see
like, I don't
this,
want
slightly less
to.
useless scribbles. Congratulations, you just recorded your voice. Good job. That scribble on your piece of paper is the sound waves or vibration that you were making by speaking into the horn. But
this
there's
is
no
really
way to
well
play it back.
edited.
It's literally just a piece of paper. Only what if it wasn't? What if, instead of making a 2D line, we make a 3D line. And that's what these guys did back in the 1800s. The gramophone. Say Lady Gaga sings into a big horn that would focus and direct the sound onto a diaphragm, which is essentially just a fancy stretched out balloon from before. The diaphragm would vibrate, and attached to the diaphragm would be a stylus or needle that would cut these vibrations into a wax record, creating a 3D line with bumps and valleys. If you take that wax record and put it through a chemical bath, you'll have a metal record. You can then use that metal record as
records
a
are
stamp
so
on old
cool.
plastic frisbees. Now we have a record, but the question
Records
still
are so
stands. How does
cool.
it play music? You actually literally just do everything backwards. First, start spinning the disc at the same speed you spun the wax record when recording. Then, drop the needle into the groove. The bumps and valleys are going to cause that needle to make the exact same vibrations as the needle that recorded the original sound. And just like how you record the original sound, the needle is connected to a diaphragm, and that diaphragm is going to make the exact same vibration as the original recording. And vibration is sound. So all we need to do is amplify that vibration by adding a comically big horn, and you'll get the exact same sound made by Lady Gaga. But modern records don't use big horns. So
Sorry,
how
I
does
had
that
to
work? Well, modern record players
clear my
are a
nose
little
right
bit more
quick.
digital. Instead of a horn, it's a speaker, and instead of a
It's
flimsy
allergy
balloon,
season,
it's a copper coil vibrating
baby.
in between two magnets. As the copper coil moves between the two magnets, it makes electricity that goes to a speaker, creating sound. But it's the 80s, and only losers use vinyl anymore. The cassette tape. Now, what sort of sorcery is used to
I
put
love
Michael
cassette
Jackson
tapes.
into
They're
this measly
cool.
piece of black Scotch tape? Magnets. The answer is magnets. In fact, the actual process is kind of just a futuristic magnetic version of a vinyl. Step 1. Record some music. Say you're Michael Jackson. As Michael Jackson, you aren't going to sing into some big horn. You're going to sing into a microphone.
you won't,
Let
yeah.
the microphone capture your hee-hees and ha-has. Well, let's get it open. Inside of the microphone, you'll find a diaphragm that vibrates when you speak into it, just like the balloon. The diaphragm is either connected to a copper coil, kind of like the record player where the sound vibrates the coil, sending different strengths of electricity, or the diaphragm is connected to a capacitor, which is basically just a fancy plate. As you speak, the diaphragm moves, and this vibration changes the distance, causing a change in stored energy, resulting again in different strengths of electricity. Step 2. Magnets. So now we have electricity. How does that help? Well, it's easier to think of the electricity as the pencil in our original example, and that makes the magnetic tape the paper. The recording head is the point of contact.
That
Different strengths of
actually makes this
electricity
make way
changes
more
to the magnetic
sense.
fields on the tape surface. This creates a pattern of magnetization that almost
makes way
exactly
more
replicates
sense.
the original sound wave. But how do we read said magnetization? Well, just like before, it's the same process, but backwards. Put your tape into a boombox, and there will be a playback head there too. As the tape passes over the playback head, the changes in the magnetic field on the tape make an electric
Magnets,
signal.
how they
This is the
work.
same
I don't want to
electric
listen to
signal that was
scientists.
made when recording. The electricity
They're
is
always
sent
lying
to a
and
speaker,
making me
which has
pissed.
a diaphragm just like the microphone, creating a big old vibration. And thus, you hear the sweet harmony that is Michael Jackson. But nobody listens to Michael Jackson, because he is just so 10 years ago. Welcome to the 90s. Now, instead of a frisbee or scotch tape, we use a fat, glorified ring. To record sound onto this fat ring, we use a microphone that works the same way as
It's
before.
basically
But this time,
cassette
we take
meets
that
vinyl, isn't it?
electricity and convert it into ones and zeros that represent the original sound wave. And that's
Okay.
a lot of words, so how the freak do we do that? By looking at the voltage. For example, if the voltage is this high, we give it a 1. If it's this low, we give it a 0. Now, using a teeny laser, we put these ones and zeros on a disc, where pit represents a 1, and an untouched land represents a 0. But these pits and lands are so small, the disc seems smooth. Now, if you put this disc into your crusty 1992
It's like you're basically
Honda Accord, it's going to
scarring
read it also with a
the
laser.
material.
This laser bounces off the CD.
That's
If there's a
simplified,
pit,
but it
it
roughly
bounces
works
a bit
like that.
differently
Oh
and
yeah,
writes
no,
down a
this
1.
is
There's a land,
absolutely
bounces
like
the same and writes down a 0.
This
But how
is
do these ones and
absolutely like
zeros
for
magically
dummies.
become music? Again, same thing but backwards. First, we use a digital to analog converter, but you can just call them DAC. DAC will generate a certain amount of electricity depending on whether it reads a 1 or 0. This creates the same
need to get a
electric
DAC.
stream that was in the microphone
Eventually.
when originally recording. And just like before, the electric stream is sent to a speaker, which has a diaphragm that vibrates depending on how much electricity it receives, creating weak knees, heavy arms, and mom spaghetti. And all that information is actually not free. It's going to cost you 1 subscribe, and I'm just going to flip this around. It's going to ask you a couple questions. You know, we appreciate tips in the form of a like, comments even, if you feel that.
Hey, it's the after show.
Okay.
Thanks so much for supporting
It's the
it.
after
I really
show.
appreciate it. Thanks to you guys. I don't have to put mid-roll ads in. I don't have to do sponsored stuff. Thank you so much. Is anyone here an idiot? I certainly am.
Make your
which means
diaphragm
this
vibrate?
book's for
I bet
me.
you would.
MP3 scared the crap out of people. It was like the original cryptocurrency kind of thing. So this whole book is about MP3s. So we better get straight into it. This book's brand new, by the way. Sources for MP3, mp3.com. Audible. Whoa.
Oh, hell yeah.
Talking about sponsorships, but like, wow, they've been at it for the longest.
Yeah, they
It's
have.
actually like a really good thing to include at the beginning. It's like,
No,
where you
Audible's
find
been
music
going
and how to get it
for
onto
a
something.
long
Or actually how to
time.
just get it playing out of your
Wait,
computer. What the
there
heck
it is.
MP3
There's Winamp.
Anyway, yeah, what the heck, man? Let's get straight to that. MP3 is hot. It's happening. It's now. It's tomorrow. It's so incredibly next Thursday, even though today's Wednesday. I don't believe it. Damn it, Rod. It will cause world peace.
It'll cause
bring
world
an end to
peace.
suffering,
Let's see,
and
there's
drive
a
the bananas Monsterino.
8 bits of data
Where's
like
the
this.
sarcasm? When does he
Fun
go?
set
But I'm
does
just like, it's
one
channel,
basically
it's
makes the
creative
audio.
digital.
We have a
It's the
singular
buzzword,
byte of
the
audio
Bob,
that I
the
do
real
know.
McCoy, everyone who's anybody's talking about it. As there are a few people who haven't anybody to be. Nope, there's no like hyperbole. Yep,
Just Swedish Chef. Wait. Okay, I press
and we're still waiting on that
the
world
C
peace.
button?
That's the face I'm making. Like, where's my world peace? I mean, 1999. This is
I'm gonna
true.
have
The
to
internet's huge, but
test
seriously, it hadn't
that.
really been rocking. Yeah, like my
I meant to turn subtitles on.
Pokemon.com was up, so I was happy. Pretty good way to get pictures, yes, because like early.
That's what
internet
you
was
look
so
like?
flippin'
What?
slow. That's why every video was like an animated flash thing, because yeah, you really couldn't share any actual video. Like pictures were hard work. Basically, it's saying that like yeah, internet stinks back then. It's hard to send big stinky files.
The computer
MP3s are
picture?
small.
Oh, fair enough,
take
you
big
do.
And make it small, and then when it's small.
PC with bed
But I mean, really,
turbines.
MP3
Yeah.
was actually pretty nuts because like early devices actually touted that it can encode MP3s.
El,
It means,
can
like,
you run
able to
Crisis?
play 4K content. See how far we've come in not that long? Yeah, I mean, that's what Abe Lincoln
Holy
was known for. I mean,
shit.
that was his tagline. Like, you know, if you go to his monument, it just says, "This rocks." To be honest,
That's
I'm only
true.
a little bit of the way in, and this is furiously boring, and I'm actually struggling to find fun
Think
in
I
it.
need
But
to install
it's saying, like,
Linux
you know,
onto
because the
L.
music's so compressed and small,
I think
it
it'd
makes
make
it
her
easy to share,
combust.
and it's like MP3s really did get this rap of just being like illegal. Like the very first MP3 players were almost banned outright by big
I run
companies.
Crisis
'cause
all
big
the
companies
time. I
stink,
kind of
they never wanna
expected
have any
that,
fun.
yeah.
It's all about the bottom line. I like this guy. Be cool.
Be cool.
Back in the day, where having music come out of your computer was far out. The Windows Media Player, an
Be
absolute
cool.
burden on everyone. I hated it, although the visualizations were always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Man. No, I'm being
It
serious.
has a whole
This is
chapter on
so boring.
Winamp.
I thought it had this fun vibe to it, or something, but it's just, yeah, it's just a big slab of.
He's ignoring the Winamp.
everything. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go back to the contents and see if there's.
This was when it did whip the llama's
What the heck an
ass.
MP3 is? Pirates, legal troubles, and big business. 167. Off we go. Here it comes.
I love flipping through pages.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A couple of centuries ago, pirates were a
I
real
got
problem
them
for
pirate
people,
blues,
and I'm back to
mama.
being bored.
Aw.
Oh, this thing is written so long form. I think this whole book could be that
ACL
big
may
and
have
deliver
been
just as much
owned.
useful information.
May
Like,
have
this
at
is
some
just
point,
laid out,
but
just-
it still didn't fucking suck. No, it didn't.
Billy Idol gave away 2 singles on mp3.com. Just gave them away. And then, like, the label was like, oi, don't be super cool to your fans and do whatever you want with your music. We've got money to earn. And then you're like, yeah, take them down. That's why I hate sponsored spots and things. Oh, God, that's just about how interesting this is. That's the face I'm making. Just, yeah, that 90s haircut. Well,
Oh, yeah.
it's not lost. Because at the back of this hideously boring book, of which I'm the original owner of, there's a disc. This could save this episode. No, it's what? It's like locked
Big
away.
disc.
Crap. So cool, we just nearly got to ruin the CD to get the CD out. Yeah, the complete idiot's guide. You're an idiot if you buy this thing. It's the EPC. Alright, just gonna film the screen. Nana selling on Gumtree style. This better be amazing. This better rock my world. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, this is a terrible episode, and I'm so sorry.
This is great. This is great.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Is there an autoplay?
It's such a cool laptop. It really is.
What? Are you kidding me? Oh no! I mean, this is a period correct computer. Well, close-ish. Ah, I've got this plugged into the Mac. There is stuff on this.
Okay, hell yeah, we might be getting somewhere. We might be getting somewhere.
Piece of crap. All right, look, this is working on like a reasonably modern Mac, so it's just
Monkey?
Angel.
Nat becomes a TV star. Copyright 1997.
What?
Nat Gertler.
Yeah, 99.
Having appeared as an extra in the film Primary Cup.
Boring.
Damn. Monkey.
Nat Gertler.
How long is this?
Monkey?
All right, 33 minutes long. Fine, it's not as long as I
Well,
thought.
that's where Monkey came from.
Browsers. Netscape. Oh, those were the days. And Internet Explorer. Another flop from Microsoft. MP3s. Ooh. Boogeyman.
Remember when browsers were at war? Wow. Yes. Holy shit, that's the boogeyman. He's singing to you. He's singing to you from under your bed.
Know. They sound pretty hokey.
Trying to get at your dogs.
I mean, it's pretty cool that they give you some MP3s to actually use and play with. That's pretty cool. Artificial love. It's love with a robot.
They still are, but now they found Twitter to be the most annoying, and Firefox wins. Firefox just wins every time.
What? That is...
It's been my go-to browser for years. I used Chrome for like 2 years, but that's when it was like brand spanking new.
Ooh. Ew.
I had a Silent Hill theme for my Google Chrome.
I have 3 jazz degrees, and that is the hokiest whatever. Programs, and I can't touch any of them.
Jazz degree just sounds like such a weird thing. Like, I'm not gonna undermine it, but it's like, isn't jazz like a lot of improv? Like a lot of improv?
It's usually .exe.
Yeah, it's like Firefox more than Chrome. Oh yeah, same. It's why this is running on Firefox.
What?
Is this Yoko Ono?
Wow, okay, that... I mean, that really does sound like
ignoring
a
what
year
happened
11
its
rehearsal
prime.
at
Jazz
school.
is just super
Like,
established.
That was brilliant. That's my favorite.
Jazz is a super established genre with a lot of different elements, I suppose.
V25? Oh, these are like different compression amounts. Wow, and they've picked the worst kind of lo-fi sounding song to test this with. That doesn't make any sense. Wow, all the way down to 16.
Neat.
Look, it's 300 kilobytes for a whole song. I mean, I know it's hard to hear through
Makes
the
sense,
thing, but like even through the iMac
that's
speaker,
stayed a
it's
lot more
obvious
than
that
others.
this is 16. It's
also a nexus point to most other genres. That I do know.
Programs. I was hoping to find like JPEGs or something. Yeah, that's
K?
what I'm asking. Oh, those liars. Nah, doesn't have them. Looks like there's an auto run thing, but literally the EPC wouldn't even look at this stupid thing.
Huh.
Oh well, we got the Monkey Trust, and I guess that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
There's EXEs here, so that's probably where a lot of those things are. But I couldn't get them to work. Pooh. Well, that was weird.
That was weird.
Music players. Well, not that I can find.
No, wait, you ignored that
hardcore.
one.
Maybe, like,
Nah.
days
It had
would've been
Winamp.
super
Come on
interesting, but
now.
Like, no one's even using MP3s anymore, are they? Like, you can still get them, obviously, but everyone, like, yeah, it's all moved on. But, yeah, hey, thanks so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Let's hope next week's
We're throwing him out the
episode's
window.
better. I mean, 'cause
That's what's happening.
Hey, it's the
It's another
show,
Frank
and Frank's running
interview.
into the couch and falling off. Hang on, Frank. This is your interview, Frank. There you are.
Frank, you idiot.
Yeah, so we're hanging out with Frank, and
Oh,
this might
fuck
not go
yeah,
well
Frank's
because he really
going.
likes phones for some reason. And being on top of, okay, you can go up there, just don't go under. She's under. She goes doing that thing she did. Frank, don't go behind the couch. So yeah, she's a lot longer than people think she is.
Holy fuck.
And she hissed at me. You're looking. You want to get behind the couch, but you're not allowed.
Big snake.
It's a funny
Big
thing,
snake.
People say that, you know, I can't touch Frank, but she doesn't mind at all. See? She's a good lady. She's
It'd be so
literally
funny
like a
if she
dog.
bit.
Look at this. Hey, Frankie, you're good. Except when you're not. Frank, stop it. She just wants to get
Is this what a
behind the couch.
misbehaving
Look at that
snake is
face.
like?
Hey, you're just trying to get behind the couch. And I really wish that you wouldn't, Frank. Don't make me boop you. Frank,
Look at the
I'm gonna boop
stucco
you.
on his
Come Frank.
walls.
Yeah, I booped you.
Jess
That's
invented the
face
concept
someone
of
who's
the
been
solo.
mulched.
It
Quick
did.
facts
It
about
did.
Franklin. She eats maybe once every 6 weeks. Yeah, I'm touching you. You can deal with it. Uh-oh, she's locked on. She
It's
wants
like a lot of
that
people
phone.
did for one guy
Oh, Frank, you're
started.
so lovely. Uh-oh, here she comes. Here
It
she
just
comes. She's
wasn't
coming
a
for that
thing
phone.
that people did before one guy started doing it. No, that's fair. She is wrapping the phone.
She has a really subtle personality.
Holy
like, She used to be
fuck.
really bitey as a
She's
baby.
going
But now
fast.
she's super sweet, and she's just totally Frank, where are you going? Stop. Oh, no. When she was a baby, she used to eat anything. She didn't care. But now she's an uptown girl, and she only eats quails, which is basically the equivalent of KFC. No.
He keeps saying quails, like
Rats
whole
are honestly
quails?
super healthy for the snakes. Like, it's basically got everything they need in it. And she just won't eat them anymore. She went 8 months without food, basically to spite me, until I offered her a quail and she had it. Frank, you're just looking for ways to get under the couch, aren't you? But you're not allowed.
Whole quails.
You're not allowed.
How?
Lick those curtains. Like, this sounds really gross, but like, the rat hair holds her poo together, so you can just pick it up easy. Oh no, that sounds disgusting. Like, quails
No, that
and
makes
birds
sense
are full
though.
of fat and oil, and she turns these into a horrible liquid mess that I have to scrape out
Same
with a
way
brush.
she eats rats whole.
I have to scrape
Huh.
your pool with a brush.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I say this with all the love to Frank, like she's my genuine pet, and she's. Oh no, Frank.
My baby, my honey, my ragtime gal.
Frank, please don't, Frank. She's pushing through herself to get. Where is she? She's pushing through herself. But you have no respect for anybody. Look,
Frank.
As I was saying, she's really dumb.
Yeah, snakes in cartoons eat something and have a really big lump part. Right down that I do know.
Good YouTube channel. They've got
I know
like, an
that's
adopted,
real.
well rescued American crocodile or alligator. I'm an idiot, and it lives in one of their bedrooms.
They do
Even
that, but the
guy
lump
gets
is
bored.
just less pronounced.
Well,
That I
hello,
do
Frank,
know.
I see you. It's basically they've toys
Because
for
snakes
this
aren't
alligator
as
to play
elastic,
with.
but they're still pretty
Frank,
elastic.
God, you're so wiggly when you come out, huh? Literally, this last week, Frank sat in her hammock for 8 days, only emerging to do poos on the floor. And I'm being serious. That's all
I
she's
respect
done in a
that.
week. Like, she will happily sit and do nothing forever.
It's a
So
cute
right now,
snake.
she's
It's
very
Frank,
wiggly.
the lady snake.
Aren't you?
We're in Straya.
Choo choo, Franklin Express.
How you doing, CJ?
Passing through. See you, Frank. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Oh, these scales are hypnotizing. Don't fall, Frank. Frank, you're falling.
Doing good? Hell yeah.
I was saying about Frank being a little bit dumb, but I still love her. I'll just say, yes, Frank's a she. It's a long
How's the
story.
Mega
That's
Mycete
long,
doing?
She's long. But yeah, I love her dearly. She doesn't do anything.
Frank, no.
She's a selfish idiot. She doesn't even show respect for herself. But yeah, they're super misunderstood. They're only anxious all the time. And so
What
once
a
you
good
kick that anxiety,
baby.
Look, she's like a dog. She's just happily hanging around me. All right, see you, Frank. Good hanging out. Goodbye. There you are. Hello.
There you go.
Is that your sneaky spot now? Are you hiding? I wonder where Frank is. She's hidden so amazingly well. Oh, look at the Frank window. Hello. See, it's what I love about snakes. They love couches too. All right? It's not just for people.
I would love a snake
It's
to
for
just slither
everyone.
into my lap and
Frank
curl
is
up.
officially comfortable. She has stopped wiggling, and this is where she wants to be. Like this. Not really hidden at all. But yeah, just a quick hangout with Franco, the stench noodle that you see at the end of all my vids. My genuine pet, not a
Stench
freak pet at
noodle.
all. And yeah, 100% tame. We're a tight team, Frank. We've known each other for about 5 or 6 years now, ever since she was a baby. Just wish you weren't so rude and keep ignoring me. Well, while Frank's been rude, I guess all I have to say is thanks so much for supporting me. Thanks for nothing,
Stench
Frank.
noodle. Yeah.
Frank, you're just creating piles of yourself now. What is this? Oh, Frank, what a comfortable seating position you've chosen. Is this it? This is how you want to be, is it? Is this comfortable, Frank?
That's a good baby. That's a good Frank. Oh. Give me a second. What a stupid dog, yeah. What a weird fucking dog. Give me a second to stretch out. I was leaned the fuck back. I was leaned back and it was comfy, damn it. Alright. That was fun. That was really fun. A lot of dank pods, but like that's not really that big a deal. That's just like, oh fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dank pods. Let me roll over here. We're gonna raid out to one Lilycat VT, my wonderful, wonderful partner. Fuck yeah, dank pods. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for coming. But yeah, tomorrow, if I am not mistaken, yeah, tomorrow and the day after that, we've got more Alan Wake 2. Friday, we've got Anno Mutationum. We're just gonna try it out. And then Alan Wake 2. As I am excited to get back into that. Wait, what the fuck? Are we rating now? There we go. But yeah, no. All streams are supposed to start at 3. But I'ma try to stay like alive. If you stuck around for it and enjoyed it, genuine thanks a lot. I appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, there are links below wherever you're watching, things like the stream elements, tip link, community Discord server, and the Throne wishlist, as well as the merch store. Again, bunch of Alan Wake 2 this week because I want to continue that LP. I think it's been enough time. But either way, I don't got nothing else. I'm just gonna raid out. Have a good rest of your night, everyone, and thank you.